And welcome back to the We'll Take It From Here podcast. Another week, another episode. However, first, we are going to bring you our show's sponsor, because this episode is brought to you by Honest Supplements. Now, Joe, what's Honest Supplements? Well, let me tell you. In a world that is plagued by new illness outbreak every other day, it's important to keep your body performing at its best with the right vitamins and supplements. However, these products can get expensive, especially with rising prices all around us. Honest Supplements has resolved that problem. They mark up all products by just $1, saving their members an average of 50% per product. Yes, that means that the protein you're paying $60 for is only $30 on their website. They have everything from vitamins, sports supplements, recovery, weight loss, CBD, and so much more. Timmy and I are both members and can advocate for the amount of money that you will save. And do we also mention that their products are third-party lab tested? Because that's the only true way to prove vitamins and supplements actually contain the ingredients that they claim. Don't wait. Go to Honest Supplements right now to join today and start taking better care of your health. And it's right. If you train jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or just in the gym, you better be taking Honest Supplements. So go to their website, guys. All right. Now it's time for the show. And we're back, folks. We'll take it from here. Joe and Timmy, episode 203. Guys, we have a very special guest that's back.
Yeah.
Back for a second time. Welcome back, Al.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me back.
Of course.
This is my first. I've done a couple, but this is my first one coming back to a show.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you're the only ones that like me, so I appreciate it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
you have a very inspirational story, and that's why I want to say, folks, we said he's a returning guest because Al came on episode 152. If you have not already, pause this one and go listen to that story. I will not attempt to describe the story. I want you to hear it from Al's mouth himself. It's an incredible story. It's a very touching story. And if you haven't already, on Amazon, go buy Surviving with Grief, which is what we spoke about, Al's story with Grief, the dog, his best friend. And an incredible story. Like I said, I'm not even going to attempt. You just got to listen to it for yourself. Al is the famous man in the back over there.
We get there with a great picture
that we always dedicate to.
So I appreciate that. That's awesome, guys.
Hell yeah. But like I said, welcome back to the show now. This is almost 1 year later, dude. That's what I looked it back. Almost 1 year.
It's crazy. Time flies, man.
Yeah.
I have a new Thanksgiving tradition now coming out here.
Yeah, right?
It's awesome. We're literally breaking bread.
Yeah.
Breaking bread together.
Shout out to my wife sourdough from last night. Fresh loaf.
Phenomenal sourdough.
What's her name again?
Sam.
Sam Sourdoughs, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That might be a company right there.
This is
we go.
what we do. We just create businesses.
Yeah.
I think we did create 2 last time, too. They didn't take off, but that's awesome, man.
So, brother, what has changed? I know we spoke about it a little bit as we were setting up here, but what's changed in the year? What's new?
Oh, man, a lot. A lot has changed in my life. So I back here, and you guys, like we were talking offline a little bit, but, just started to get into the podcast thing. When I was doing the book, I was like, get so caught up on like what the big publishers do. And, I'm like, I got to get sales and I got to, reach out to people. And a lot of it was like reaching out to like newspapers, which, it's hard to even imagine they exist anymore. But I reached out to like newspapers, TV. And I think it was actually right before last summer I did get a little spot on TV. And you get all excited, you get jazzed up, you're going up there and you're in a green room and you get to meet the lady and all that. And it really, back then I was in such a different mindset that, I wasn't really there mentally. So like it ate my ego up, you know what I mean? It just inflated it, right? Because I would go through these waves and it was always like, I'm struggling, I'm not doing good enough. And then you get these like spikes and you're like, this is great. And then you ride this high for a while, but then you get complacent because then you're like waiting. Then you realize no one watches TV at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't even have cable. Who has cable, right? Like, so, and then you look up and it's got 400 views and then you get depressed and then you go back in your hole for a while. And then like I said, we did Tom Davis's podcast and that was a big one. And again, I'm spiked up again. And then like nothing comes from it. And then I come to you guys. So it's like this roller coaster, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was always struggling with, I'm not doing good enough. I'm not reaching out to enough people. They write an article about me in the newspaper. And again, no one reads the newspaper. So, I'm like, you just go into these waves, man. And then, without getting too much into it, it's just this year, a lot has happened where, I've made mistakes, man. I messed up and things happen and it really just hits you to this bottom. Like you get hit and you got to change your life around. And I'll be honest, like without diving too much into it, I was just supplementing these feelings with alcohol. That really was my thing, man. And that came out just full-fledged. We done it. I've always accepted it, right? Like alcohol is such an accepted thing, and I always had it. But I just realized that like there's these other things that I'm using, whether it was the views or the drinking or like all these other like highs, these quick fixes. And I had to really get to a baseline where it was like, no, you need to get down to 0 and then work your way back up. And that's where the humbling comes in. And then everything you do it just by the grace of God and that you are on a path that you're chosen for. The stuff that I write about, talk about in the book. But then as time goes on, you just get lost.
Yeah. We kind of talking about this on the episode that's coming out after this. Is like getting the complacency and stuff and then like the routine and like checking the ego and like on the path. And the one clip we were referencing is like forcing things, right? You kind of, not that you were forcing it necessarily, but you were riding that ego, which is kind of like grinding hard. And then there's like going on the path and letting things come to you, and like you just ride the wave, not the wave you're making, but like you're riding what's coming at you and just not forcing things. And like that's the balance. And like it's like the cheap dopamine hits, absolutely. Scrolling through, I was talking to buddies last night and I'm like playing Battlefield and they're like, yeah, we've just been scrolling nonstop all day. It's like, what the hell, this is junk. It's the same thing. Like you're it sounds like you're coming from the highs of like trying to get the views and stuff, and then like supplementing with alcohol. It's the same. It's the cheap dopamine,
exactly,
the cheap hit of whatever it is to good feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and to off that too, what you were saying. So you obviously have your message, which is your goal is to get the message out there, the story out there, right? And inspire where you can inspire and teach where you can teach. Now, I know exactly what you're talking about when you post something and you're looking at the views and then you're seeing what gets good views and what doesn't. Yeah. But in reality, what is going to bring the views is your message, is your story. That's the baseline. That's the most important thing. Everything else will follow. Because it's not like you're trying to hit 1 million views on this video, which I know you are, and that's a great thing that you want. But is that the goal of your mission? No, the goal of your mission is what is the goal, right?
Exactly.
The mission is the mission. Yep. Everything else is gonna. But it's hard when you're in it, when you want it to pop off. It's hard to be like focusing on the mission as opposed to, is my message getting out there? Absolutely. And how much is it getting out there?
Absolutely. Man, I just get reality checked all the time. And like, it just happened like the other day. Like I just posted a video from the Marine Corps birthday and I just like posted this old one. That's it. And it's funny. They always say like, oh, just post all the time, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, consistency is key. And then sometimes don't even think about it. Just try. I posted it. It went viral. Like the first time ever. Yeah. So,
let's go.
And it was awesome. But then you just see it. Like I'm like literally for some reason, like in my head, I screenshotted like the bottom where where it like pops up, like you have like 500 comments, like 3,000 likes. First, I just screenshot. It's like, I want to remember this forever. And like, what is wrong with me, right? Like, I'm gonna check back on this when I'm in a low or something. It's almost, like, so I'm now I had to check myself, and now I'm like, whoa. And then I like started looking at it. Then I caught myself a little bit and put it away, but then like, I just checked my phone a lot more than I usually did. Like I wasn't living presently enough. And then I was working on another video. Like, hey, I'm just going to get another one out. And I'm like working on it. My wife like looks over at me in bed and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just like posting another video maybe. And she's like, another one? And I was like, yeah, it's like, she's like, you think that one's going to go viral too? I'm like, well, I don't,
Damn.
So, like, it was like, whatever the conversation was, it was just like this one little blip. And then I was just like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like and then I put it down. I turn my notifications off because you can turn it so it's not dinging all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just like putting it away. And then the last 2 or 3 days, you just don't care about it. And then I just felt more at peace.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize what a vice that is. When you're in it. Oh my gosh, man.
I feel it. Sorry to cut you off, but I feel that too because when we post our stuff on that, and obviously we're gonna have to post more and more and be more consistent, and we're starting to do that. But So like for example, a lot of times when our videos come out, it's at lunch on a Friday or a Thursday, right? So I'll put the phone down and I'll the work phone. I'll pick up the cell phone. It just posted, and I'm checking Instagram, and I don't see any like notification yet. And then I have to remind myself, brother, it literally posted 20 seconds ago, and you don't have 1 million followers. So, like, let's relax.
20 seconds, right?
Let's fucking relax. And then, the engagement comes. But,
but there was probably 1 or 2 times where you did post it, and there might have been, like, 5 likes or something.
It was like 5 likes. Yeah.
Immediately. So then you're like, because that's that instant high, right? Yeah. Like that. And then, so that's where you're leaning back to that memory.
Yeah.
That's why it's a screenshot that you remember that. So it's like it's a trigger almost. You know what I mean? Like, anytime you hit post or send, you immediately, your body's like, okay, now check it, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you got to check yourself, man. I know I was listening to a couple of your stuff. A lot of people, you guys talk about it all the time with jiu-jitsu and stuff, like the balance, right? Like you can get addicted to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But you need to have a healthy balance of it,
It's very true.
With anything, like you said, with life, and it's tough. But yeah, so I found that you got to just have accountability too, right? Because like you can't do it by yourself, right? So let's put that disclosure out there. I'm not here selling this whole get yourself better and you can do it, because I'll be honest, it's hard to do it by yourself, almost impossible.
It's really
you
hard.
need to surround yourself with good people.
Very few people are that solo, stoic, like leave me alone. Very few.
Yeah,
there are people out there, but even the introverts, like you still need people in your corner. Even if it's just your dog.
Yeah,
but like
for sure.
you need something to help ground you and check the ego, and like just your wife's comment. And I'm sure she didn't even say it like, "Oh, you think you're gonna go viral?"
No, it was really like just a genuine, curious.
Like, you think that's gonna work? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and you're like, wait.
And then I'm like, why are you even mentioning? Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah. You're right. I'm trying to just make another viral video, not make good content.
Exactly,
like there's overlap between those two good video, viral overlap. But if you're going to make the good video, it has nothing to do with the views.
Yes,
the views are just extra.
Yes, absolutely, man. And like you said, going back to it, like, and something I learned recently too with the book, it's like it was always about the message, and I joke about like just giving it away for free, but it's what it is, man. It's just getting the message out there. I really, because genuinely that's where I came from when I started it, right? And we all do that. We start a project out of passion, and then you don't want to lose that passion, right? When people say like turn your hobbies into a business, it's not a hobby anymore, and so I really had to come to a sense of like, it's always about that message. It was always about just spreading the word, and then just doing what you love, and that's what essentially got me to this point today, is like, and then those things pick up, like you said, and you just leave it up to God, and you just like focus on what's important, stay humble, aim up. It's just gonna ride, like you said. You'll catch that nice wave, and it'll be worth sitting and waiting instead of constantly battling for the best one.
Absolutely. No, but at the same time, I do see where you're coming from. Like, yes, you have the message, you have your hobby, but you did put a lot of work into this book. You and your wife put a lot of work in this book, if I remember from the last episode. Yeah. No publishers, no editors. You were the publishers. You were the editors, right? So to be compensated for it is to want that is very reasonable.
No, I understand.
But like you just said just now, it'll come. It'll absolutely come.
Yeah.
Now, is it still on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay. Is it anywhere else since a year ago?
No, just on Amazon.
Okay.
Well, I've noticed that you can like get it on eBay and all these other weird sites. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if people are just like reselling them or something. You know what I mean? Like how it says like buy elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I guess you could, but no, Amazon's where you get it.
Got it. Yeah, so folks, I'm going to repost the link because I'm pretty sure in episode 152 there was a link in the show notes to the book, but I'm going to repost it because your first episode wasn't on YouTube, so now the YouTube viewers can be able to see it. So go, like I said, support, but it's also just a great story, and it's very well written. Like I said, there was no publisher.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. No.
You can tell that reading it too, because I've read so many of the military guide books, and it's like there's so much fluff they've added. Like that, not that like this doesn't take like they're not lying, but they're embellishing. And, like there's just so much extra. This is you telling a story, and it feels like that. So many times I've read books, and it's like, oh my god, like you're describing this thing 3 times over and over again. Like I don't care anymore. I've already got the picture of it. Now it's just you're adding 10 pages of the same thing. Cool.
Yeah, I hear you.
This is like this. I I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and that's why everyone asked her, like, well, you use publisher. And I didn't do it because I wanted to, like I said, I think we talked about it last time, but I didn't want it to taint anything. Like, I didn't want to touch it. You know, you can look up articles where people are like, oh, his dog jumped in front of the IED and saved his life. And I'm like, no, not really.
Did you read the same book I wrote?
Yeah, it's like you'll give an interview, like we'll be talking, and then you'll post something, and be like, oh, you know, this guy did this and that, like just to make it sound better, right, for the story.
But that's this, yeah, and you know what though? It's so selfish because your story is your story. If I were to try to twist and turn what you said, if I want to focus and highlight what you said and then edit it to a way where it's now not embellished, but it's like
marketable.
Marketable.
Yeah, it's what they do.
Yeah. But if I keep the story the same and have it be the truth, that's one thing. Yeah. To then try to change it for your views and your audience is very selfish because now it takes away from your story and your message. It's bullshit.
That's why I didn't want, because I've been involved with it a little bit, and they do change stuff. Like little things. Publishers are like, nope, this doesn't sound good. Let's make it sound better, or they'll change the way it's worded. But you're right. I mean, I wanted it to be genuine, and like you said, there's one comment being like, oh, it's a good book, but the editing could be different. And then a lot of people will be like, well, I like how raw it is. Like it sounds like a journal. So I'm pleased how it turned out. Still haven't read it myself, so I'll have to.
Yeah, that's
like when you do it. I mean, obviously I read it 30 times to edit it, but the whole thing like done. You know, I'll jump it back and forth and read some stuff, but I'm sure you guys are kind of the same. It's like you'll shoot something and be like, how often do you rewatch all your stuff? You know,
I'll tell you that. Like, I'll watch to get the clips to market, right? Yeah. I will watch for the quality, pick out stuff that maybe we're doing that we shouldn't do or stuff that we could do. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I've listened to all 203 of our episodes over. No, I haven't.
That sounds really
that would be a
arrogant.
Yeah. I don't know if it's arrogant or
narcissistic.
Lonely. Probably.
Well, no, there are people like that have podcasts that are pretty well known, and what they'll do is they'll listen, because he was like, I remember I was listening to myself, this one guy, and he was like, oh, I kept doing something with my mouth. I had to fucking cut that out. That's fine. If you're looking at for that, like what you can cut out. But like, what am I going to do? If
you're doing it for like research.
I'm cringed, man. I watched, like, we actually just watched, they did the big one. They just released it. I went to Atlanta and they just posted it. And we put it online, and I'm like, we're watching myself on TV on like YouTube.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, bro. Yeah. It's like, it's cringy. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting there looking at yourself. And I'll say something or do something, but both of us look at each other like, I can't believe that you just did that. Like, you look like an idiot. And then you can like make notes like, oh, I'm never doing that again. Yeah.
What do you do with your hands, dude?
No, what do you mean? I'm worst. Yeah, like what do you do?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
No, but it's funny because like so we had my best friend here, Justin, was on episode 200. And when he listens to it, he'll be like, bro, I can't stand the sound of my voice. And I'm like, dude, your voice is fine. Yeah. Your voice is fine. It's actually like a scientific thing with your head.
I was going to say, a lot of people don't, right? Yeah. They don't like it. I don't. Yeah.
But it's like no one else is going like, oh, listen to Al's voice. They're just going, oh, listen to this story. But
I hope not. This would be a horrible show. That would be a bad thing.
No one's like that.
No.
No, you're right. I think it's a real thing. I suffer from it. I can't stand hearing myself talk. I just can't. It's a weird science.
There's some people though that love hearing themselves talk.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God, those people. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself right now.
Oh boy, shout outs in the wrong way.
Yeah. No, I need to be a little more grateful. Anyway, yeah. So, but that struggle of not pushing stuff too much. Like listening to the podcast to study and figure out what to do better versus listen to podcasts to hear it yourself, kind of thing. And like, I'm sure people that do listen and go back have a balance where they're back and forth. They're trying to listen, but they're also like, "Ooh, that sounded really good." Which is good. Yeah. Which is like, yeah, you did something good. Be proud of it. But there's like this proud, and then there's like boasting about it. You know, like hot shot, Mr. Big Chest about it.
Yeah, and then what's that saying? Like, pride comes before the fall, or something like that, right?
Ooh,
like pride comes. I think that's the saying. Yeah. Pride comes before the fall. Like, because you get so proud, and then you don't realize you're about to trip, and then you fall down because like you missing the fact. Like, you know. Can you look that up?
I think. Hey, Timmy.
Oh, I am. I can't help myself.
Young Timmy. Hey, young Timmy. Can we look that
up? Pride goes before the fall.
Pride goes before
Proverbs 16:18.
It's a Bible verse?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Sorry, God.
Pride goes before destruction.
I thought it was like a poet thing or something.
Like Socrates.
Yeah, Socrates.
Kind of.
No, but you know what's another thing about you not reading your book? It's actually not too shocking. I know I originally was like, oh, what? You lived it. What the fuck do you need
That's
to read
true.
it? You lived it.
Well, that's the other thing we struggle with. Where every time we do these things, it's like, how many times are we gonna hear this story all the time? Like my family's sick of it. My friends say like how many times? But there's always that one person who hasn't.
Who hasn't
so I
heard
get
it.
it.
Exactly.
But like you said, even like actors and stuff. Like I think that's so common. They're like, oh, I didn't see this movie. Like they don't watch the movies of themselves. Like you'll hear it. Like
Seth Rogen, I think, hates
watching the movies.
Watching the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a made up article, but I remember reading an article.
He sounds like someone who.
I want to watch my movies. I would make fun of myself.
So, folks, we actually got Seth Rogen with an owl mask on.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, great.
Hold on, joint, Timmy.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's a thing. Like, I don't think people watch their own movies. Yeah.
Just the super arrogant ones,
Right?
like there's the whole it was the meme with what's his name? The guy was in Transformers. And he went crazy. The main actor.
Went crazy.
Yeah.
Just do it. What's his name?
Do it.
Yeah, what's his name?
Well, I can name all of the ones in Transformers. Are you talking about Josh Duhamel?
No.
Are you not talking
The main
about Tyrese?
character.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
There's a whole meme.
He is the main character. I don't know why I skipped over him.
Well, no, I knew his name was like unique. I just couldn't get it in my head.
He kind of turned his life around though. I think
Yeah.
Shia
Oh,
LaBeouf.
yeah.
You guys seen that? Yeah. No, he went to that phase. Yeah, he was a meme for.
It was a meme sitting in the theater. And there was a theater watching all his stuff.
Yes, and he's like crying, I know. What you're talking about.
He was like, I don't know. He was going through a thing. He talks about it. He was on the guy's podcast, The Punisher.
John Barthol.
Yes,
yeah.
him.
He hasn't gone back to me yet. I'm a little upset.
Oh, how dare you! Come on, John.
John,
what are you doing, brother?
He's too busy making movies.
well, now
man.
he's definitely not invited me. Like, this dude's a jerk. Yeah, no, I did see that. That was a good podcast. That was a good episode because he divulged into a lot.
There was a lot.
Love that.
But yeah, it was funny because that was literally the thing we're talking about. He's watching it for his ego boost.
Yeah.
It's the thing you started the conversation with. He seemed like he was going through substance abuse and all that crazy stuff, but it was trying to chase the high of the attention.
You know what's funny is it's not funny, but that's always there's always going to be that part of it, right? Like no one's just that crazy or that messed up. You know, it's like they're going to supplement and they're going to have other issues. Like you see someone, I just say it all the time, but you see someone weaving through traffic, like, you know, like they're on drugs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like no one's that messed up, but there's an underlying thing. Like people are struggling. So there's always that, and then they got to fix it, get their life, and it won't still be they hit that bottom where they realize, all right, it's over.
Yeah,
you know, and then they go back up, man. So, yeah, it's a real thing.
It's and think about the toll that it gets taken on them, right? They're constantly. You know, I was watching a video, staying on like the celebrity thing, and it was some NBA basketball player, and obviously these videos are cut and edited. You don't know the real context of the when the people were ignoring the kids, right? So it's all these professional basketball players who are ignoring autograph requests from kids just in general, right? And then there's this one guy who like takes his shirt off after the game, gives it to the kid, and it's like, oh, this is like, you know, humble. But then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, on the surface, looking at these, like that's a dick move to not want to sign a little kid's jersey. Yeah. But it's like, how many times a day? I try to put myself in the shoes. If I were famous and every single day I'm getting asked for an autograph, I would love to think that I would stop there and give everyone the time of day, just the type of person I am. But then at the same time, that has to get annoying. And at some point, you're probably just having a shitty day at the office, a shitty day at home with the lady, or just family and general friends, and you just don't want to be bothered. And it just happened to be a little 6-year-old kid who you're his idol, but you're just not there today.
Totally.
And it's like, what do they go through? I don't know.
I'm sure it's a lot because like, you have those ups and downs. I mean, you just said you had the worst game of your life, and now you have to like make this kid's day. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. And then if you don't, that kid could turn into a horrible person. You know what I mean? Like that could impact his life. You know? So you got to be on top of it. But like you said, then you balance it because then like if you're always out there like, oh, this is about me, it's about me. Like I'm sure it gets in their head. Like for sure.
Hell yeah.
I almost hope to God I never get that big. You know? Because it's like that's why they always say like some people are like, I've been like trying to educate myself on it, but like you start to get success. People are like almost afraid of success too. Like, cause it's like, well, what if I do get that? Right. Like, it's like you play with that middle ground, like living in the clouds, but then like, well, what if it actually happens? It can change your life around and sometimes in worse ways. So
yeah, no, I know someone, who it's the guy who has the podcast. I met him in person. He's got a lot of followers on Instagram. He's doing very well, right? And because he blew up for something he stood for. Very nice guy, and he'll respond. He'll respond. But I remember there were times when I was at his gym. And someone was like, "Oh, did you see the video that I sent you on Instagram?" He goes, "Bro, you got to see my fucking Instagram messages." And it's just, and he's not being mean about it. It's just, you look at the thing. There were so many people messaging him. It's like, at that point, that must get out of hand. Like, holy fuck, you got hundreds, thousands of people messaging you. You're like, fuck.
How do you fish through it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's how I feel. I feel bad even like messaging these people because I'm like, I don't, and I don't want to sound spammy either. You know, it's like, try to come up with a little blurb like, hey, this is what's going on. If I'd love to be a part of your mission, if you want to come out. And but then I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to be that person. You know, I get these scam emails all the time. You know, it's like, we'll help you push your book. You know, and but yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's a tough thing to balance, I think. And I give these people a lot of credit. I thought, I don't think they get the credit that's due, right?
No,
like we're talking about Shy. Like he was. I loved watching Shy, right? Like Holes.
He was a great actor.
Holes was his breakthrough.
I think it was a breakthrough.
Right?
Yeah. But he got big, got a lot of movies. I think that was either before or after Even Stevens. You know, like I don't know, it was around that time.
Yeah, around that time.
Right?
Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't his last name his first name spelled backwards?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I fucking love it.
So yeah, he'll blow up his head, and then he'll get these other big roles, and then it's got to do something to you, you know. And I love them, but then you're gonna struggle, and then you can't come out with it because now you're a meme. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so
literally.
I give them a lot of credit. I don't think they get enough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fucking, it's wild to think about how,
dude, he's been acting since 1984.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah, he's not even that old. Is he that old? I didn't think he was. Was he like 50 years old?
Doesn't say.
There's no.
You looked up the wrong. Did you look up Stanley Yelnats? How old is he?
I don't know. It doesn't have his birth year, but his first.
Well, it could be possible.
He could have been a baby.
Like a Gerber baby.
Yeah, no, it could be. It could be.
Yeah, eating bananas, smoothies or something.
Dude, he was in X-Files apparently
as a baby, as an alien baby.
So this is. I don't know what that is.
That's so weird.
So Monkey Business. Yeah.
So he's
Touched by an Angel. Oh my god, I remember that show. X-Files, Freaks and Geeks, ER, 94.
Wow, he's had a huge resume. That's crazy. But so he's like definitely 40 something years old. That's nuts.
Yeah, that makes sense. So he started out really young. Fuck. But yeah, I mean, hey, you never know who is going to happen.
He's 39.
Bro, you never know what video you're going to make next that actually hits the way it needs to bring the momentum. So it could happen, and at that point, I mean, look, it's like what Rogan said one time when he was talking about the comments on YouTube. He goes, I don't read the comments. The comments aren't for me. And he's like, don't read the comments because the comments aren't for you.
Yep.
Right? So that being is like when you get to that point.
Post and ghost.
Yeah, right. Post and ghost.
That's good. Yeah.
When you get to that point, it's not so much like nothing to really be worried about. Just you don't have to engage in that section. You can just keep doing what you're doing and engage with the people you need to engage with to bring out the mission.
Right, exactly.
And then at that point, whatever happens on the side happens on the side.
Yep.
Right.
No, I totally get it, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, because it's tough, but you got to self-check yourself all the time. You know, like I said, you surround yourself with people who, I just said it before in another show, but you got, like, it's okay to surround yourself with certain people, but they have to be good people, supporting you in the right way, right? Because you can be on drugs, but if your parents are helping you buy the drugs, they're supporting you, but it's, enabling. So, like, you can have friends who are like, yeah, dude, like, keep pushing it. You guys could be like, yo, let's go get more followers. And it's like, yeah, but that's eating our egos up, you know what I mean? So, like, you got to surround yourself with good people, like, keep you grounded and humble, and that's what's important, man. They say it, but, like, you got to really...
I think that's why we always go back to the jiu-jitsu gym analogy, too, because it's, like, literally, that's what everyone's there is we're bonding over checking everyone's ego.
Yeah.
Like, not indirectly checking the ego, but you're just going and beating each other up, right?
Yeah.
Some days you're the nail, some days you're the hammer, most of the time the nail. But, like, we're all bonding over that, and you're surrounding yourself in this community over getting your shit checked every time. And, like, put in your place. Like if say that video, right, took off and went viral, and you got a lot more than you were used to, and you're like, oh, cool. But if you're at the gym and, like, you just nailed someone with a great submission, you dominated this person that usually beats you up, and the next round you get your ass kicked, you're like, oh, fuck, okay, I guess I ain't shit. So, like, it's finding that balance, and I think Joe talks about this a lot, but, like, going for the struggles, finding those hobbies, and, like, like he's shooting archery and like stuff, and he talks about is like none of the stuff you can win at. You can't be the best at it. You're always gonna have stuff to improve on.
Right. Someone will always be better than you. Right.
But
like that.
Like shooting pool, you're never gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be something to do, or like especially in jiu-jitsu, it's always you're never the top dog.
Well, that's why it's an art.
Yeah.
It's like like with any art, like you can make a sculpture or painting, and then like it's always gonna be it could be different. There's no better, right? Like it's just beautiful the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, think about it this way too. Think about it.
That's a good point.
With art is actually a perfect example. Think about these artists who are the proverbial starving artists. They are talented as fuck. They created the coolest fucking picture. Maybe their shit it makes them a lot of money. Then you have some schmuck who was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna put a red dot on the wall. Sells for $20 million.
Or the rotten banana that was taped to the wall or something stupid.
And you're like, dude, I just did my whole life of making art, and I really truly love art, and this is my profession. And some dickhead put a fucking dot and a banana tape and made millions.
I'm gonna keep my comments myself on this art stuff. That's not the point what we're talking about. I'll take my tinfoil hat off.
I think I know where you were going with that one.
Oh boy, we're just triggering Timmy.
But in the end though, like sure, you stay to the point where as long as, like you say, if you're focusing on the mission, whatever the mission is, right, it's nothing wrong with you blowing up, but it's going to be from that core of what your goal is, right? And honestly, it's really gonna just be what you want. Like some people don't want it to go. Like some people just like, this is my mission. This is what my goal is going to be. And if I don't make it famous, I don't make it famous, and I don't really care. Others say they want it. Who knows?
I give people credit. Like I know a couple people who are like doing like their TikTok stuff or whatever, and they're like posting videos every day, almost 4 times a day, just them talking like or just ranting about stuff. And I'm like, wow, I give them a lot of credit. You know what I mean? It's very vulnerable to do that, and they're not doing it for like views or whatever. I mean, maybe deep down, but
the goal they're trying to get to is just that part. But
yeah, probably. But I'm just like, man, I give you a lot of credit. I just took a video of myself, like one. It's cringy, man. I can't do it.
Some people are built for it, some people aren't.
I'll stick to the camera being mounted on the wall and looking at us.
Yeah, don't even look at it. Yeah.
I've done videos like when I was by myself on the show, I would have to promote it somehow. And dude, I remember one time. This was actually when I first started the show with Don originally. I remember
in the basement, like when you guys did it? Yeah, that's cool.
I remember I used to do the videos, right? So I would look at the phone. I'd be looking at myself instead of the camera. And I remember one day he's like, "Hey, dude, look at the camera because you're looking down." And I looked at all the videos and I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. Fuck. I have to look at the camera, and it's like an art. Weird. You have to look. You have to like fuck.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, actors, they don't get the credit they deserve. It's not easy.
No, it's tough. I always wanted to be an actor. I think that'd
be fun. Yeah.
I mean, well, not to say this sucks. I don't think it'd be fun because it probably suck.
Let me rephrase that. I think it can be fun, but if your job and career is that, it's the
probably
hobby.
Sucks.
It's the hobby versus career.
Yes,
it's the same. If we made a movie right now, okay, that's
That'd
cool.
Be fun as
but
hell.
Now, if your job is to go hustle, get these fucking movies, and then go perform the best you can, and see how the movies perform, fuck that,
dude. You know what's crazy about that shit? Have you seen the videos where people will cut one half of the video is the scene, right, from the movie, finished scene, and then the other half of the video is the script of the scene?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen how off script they go, and it sounds perfect?
Amazing. Yeah.
You'll read the original script, and it's nothing. No shade to the writers. The writers wrote it in a way that they thought would portray the character would portray best. The character, though, because they're becoming the actors becoming the character, they'll go off script. They'll keep a sentence or two, and then everything else is what they are improvising, and it's perfect. And you're like, wow, these guys are actually doing a lot of work.
Yeah, you realize it after the fact. Yeah.
The scene I'm thinking of particularly is the yacht scene from
Wolf of Wall Street.
Folks, go on YouTube and type in Wolf of Wall Street yacht scene with script. You know how you type it in weird in YouTube and the algorithm will find it. It's really, really interesting. It's good shit.
Scene. Yeah, that was funny. You said that because that was what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That was the best.
I haven't seen this. I have to go look.
Oh, dude, it's
seen
great.
You've
I've seen Wolf of Wall Street, but this clip.
It's the one where the FBI officer and Leonardo, they're just going at it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, take your lobsters with you.
Yeah.
Enjoy your miserable ride home on the subway. That was good. Well, the other one I thought of too was the Heath Ledger one. They do that a lot with the Dark Knight. They do it with the screen rolling.
Wait, I haven't seen that one.
Dude,
that's why it's so bad.
Talk about a dude who just improvises lines.
Yeah, he was a legend for that.
Yeah. they had the stuff coming, and it's just whatever he wanted to do.
I fucking love that.
He was a legend.
Yeah. They say when he was in when the Commissioner Gordon is getting praised for capturing.
Oh, I heard this.
The Joker.
Oh, yeah.
And he started clapping in the background. That was improvised. That was not in
Chills,
the script.
dude.
Yeah.
Chills. Yeah, he just started clapping, and then everyone looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is he clapping? But then it was like this chill silence, and they just left it in there.
I love
Fuck
hearing
yeah.
those clips in the movies. Like, I just saw the clip last night, so there's one pop in my head. But like, there's certain things that like weren't planned. In Lord of the Rings, the guy actually broke his toe in one scene, and he screams. They kept the screen in, like it was authentic.
Really?
There's a bunch
Was it Frodo? Because Frodo's a bitch.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was, but it was like Lord of the Rings watching it with your friends for the first time, and there's like 7 people, and they go sit by the TV, and all 7 of them like in unison, like this person actually stubbed his toe and actually broke it, and blah blah blah. But yeah, like I love seeing these clips. They'll come out like this was improvised, and like that was a real scream. Like Tom Cruise broke his ankle filming the last Mission Impossible, the one before that.
Oh,
in the scene and kept running
when he like jumped out of a helicopter without a parachute or something. Probably.
no, I think he jumped across the building.
That
wasn't the parachute one.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna jump out of this helicopter. I don't need a parachute.
That dude's wild.
Yeah, he does.
Did you see the newest Mission Impossible?
I did not yet.
Okay.
I
it's
want
3 hours of non-stop, fast-paced action.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that good. I loved what they've been doing with that series.
It's fun. It's a lot. It's very fast-paced. But in the last scene, he's on a fucking plane, like the biplane, and he's doing his own stunts, and he's clearly doing his own stunts.
Yeah,
and it's just wild
because there's a close up of his face the whole time. Right?
And he's climbing through in and out of it's how.
I don't know. There's got to be. Well, he's strapped, and then they erase the straps.
Yeah.
But still, to be on the side of a plane,
bro, to be on the side of a plane as it's taking off, I don't care if I'm strapped in, bro. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
This isn't taking off. This is but this is in the air. He's on the side of the plane 90% of the time.
How about Burj when he's on the Burj Khalifa? And he does that episode. So obviously he's strapped in, but at one point, like he's doing the sticky thing.
On to the thing.
It's like, bro, you're 2,000 feet in the fucking air.
Yeah, right. Like, you're not gonna be in the movie. Yeah, it's like there'll be that like AI memorial coming out of the back of the credits. You know what I mean? Right. Like that's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's out of pocket. I don't know how he gets insurance for this stuff. Maybe Scientology just covers the insurance.
Bro, and he's also a billionaire.
Yeah,
so he's probably north.
Yeah, do they even have insurance? Do people, like famous people have insurance?
I know for the movies they have
bodyguards. I know that. Fuck.
That's great, man. Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah.
So going back, we don't have to get into because we already spoke about your story the last episode, even though it's incredible. What are you What are you aiming to do, and what's your goal with the next steps of your mission besides getting the story out there to in other podcasts? Like, what are you trying to do, and what's your goal?
What I'd like to do is be a speaker. Like I love speaking. Like I would love to be like a professional speaker, whether it's at, you go to some of these conferences, and like I did one when I was in real estate. I went to like a big, you have conferences for work, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone goes and they have a keynote speaker. And sometimes it's just like someone jazzes you up or gets you fired up, and or just they tell an emotional story to make you feel better about your life. And I would love to do that. Again, it's because I love the interaction at the end. Like you might talk to 100 people, and that one person will come up and just give you their story. Like they'll come up to me and be like, "Hey, I really love your story." Sometimes it's like, "Oh, I just lost my dog 3 months ago, and I'm grieving, and this makes me feel good." Sometimes it's even heavier where someone's like, my mom just died like 2 days ago. And I'm thinking like, well, this is a big burden for me to carry.
Yeah.
But if they feel like to come up and to give me that, thank you, that is so rewarding. It doesn't need to be 100 people or 200, but that one person. And just like when I'm talking, seeing their faces light up or that tear come down their face and just connecting with people. I love connecting with people. And this type of stuff is great because I know that it's more personal. Like someone could be connected when they're sitting in their car and then like really let their emotions go. But I would love to do that. That would be something that's like my goal in life is to do more of that going forward, just speaking in general. So I'm in school now, so I'm just doing it because I have a benefit to use, and I'm kind of like getting my life together. So might as well do that and then have a degree to fall back on if you need to get a job.
What are you pursuing degree-wise?
I just went with it's business leadership management.
Oh, perfect. So, yeah, so it's right.
Yeah, it was like human resources because I did a job. I was in Six Flags. I got my first job.
Back to where you started.
Right? Back to the roots, man.
It's in the book.
And everyone, they got me there, and they're like, oh, you know, a lot of the kids, most of the supervisors are like 23 years old.
Yeah,
dude. Like they're
weird is that?
young. Oh, it was so weird. And then I walk in, and I kind of look young, right? So I walk in, and I'm just like, yeah, I'd like to have a job here. And they're like, well, we have to hire this guy. He looks pretty good. And then nobody knew how old I was for the longest time because I'm not telling people. Yeah. Apparently, it's illegal to ask someone's age in HR too. Like I asked, it is. Like it's, and everyone's saying like, yeah, doofus, it's illegal to ask people's ages. It's like discrimination or
because like
in the hiring practice or after you're hired.
No, in general, like in our job, especially in HR, like in a workplace, you can't talk about work and ages. Like if you like say you go to work tomorrow, you can't be like, I know. Like I'd have a girl come up to me and she's like doing her onboarding, she's getting hired, and I'm just like, oh well, how old are you? And then the person next to me like cringes, like you can't say that. Like you can say, are you over 18 or under 18?
Oh, okay.
Because if I can't, you know, not only does it sound creepy, you know what I mean, but it's like, how old are you?
Well,
you know?
I think it's also too where I think corporations are trying to stay careful is if you come
careful.
in, like really extra careful is. If let's just say someone's 45 and they are qualified for the job, but the position they're hiring for, the business doesn't want to hire a 45-year-old for like longevity purposes. If I ask you, hey, how old are you? And you go, oh, I'm 45, and then everything goes well, but right then and there, that's
that's a lawsuit.
That's a lawsuit. Yeah. Like if that's the deciding factor, you now ask the question, and they can come back and be like, well, it's because of my age.
Yep.
And then what do you do?
Apparently it's a thing, and I didn't even know. Like I'm being friendly, you know. And then people are like, you can't say that. So like nobody knew. Like, and I was working there, and they were great. But then they were like, hey, did you? I worked here before. And they were like, when did you work here before? And I was like 20 something years ago. And they were like, how old? You know, they started doing the math.
Right.
And it was my 20-year anniversary because I started working there in 2005. Yeah, it was 2005 I started working there. So, and I was there at Fright Fest, and I did the Fright Fest thing. Like
that's
everybody, you know, growing up, you know, that was so much fun. Man.
My roommate and his girlfriend went to the Fright Fest this year. They said it was really good.
Awesome.
Really well
was it? Yeah, I didn't get to go. I wanted to go so bad. I had the free tickets and stuff. I just never went. Yeah. I hired all those freaks, so I guess it was my
You did a good job, apparently.
And they're all like, they get weird. Like, these kids are like, can't talk like that. I'm like, why? They're coming here having fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, freak, you ready to get crazy? You know, and they're like, don't say stuff like that. I'm like, so I mean,
y'all got to loosen up.
What I learned back in the workforce, especially that I come home, tell stories, and that I learned I just can't fit in anywhere. Like I can't work anywhere. Like I just don't work. Dude.
You can't work and fit in the corporate environment. That's what it is. Not everywhere is like that.
I'm thinking like I got to change my major like a normal college kid because my major was human resources management. And then while I'm having my advisor meeting, she's like, well, you know, there's not many teachers that blah, blah, blah. There's more availability if you switch your major. So I just switched it based off of that. But I'm thinking, like, I think it might be a good move. Because you said, I don't know if I do good in a corporate world. And every Marine here is like, yeah, dude, good luck. You know?
I was telling you off air the stories I was hearing. They're like, so yeah, you're calling someone a freak is nothing compared to what Marines talk about.
Right, exactly. So, like, I think I would be a walking lawsuit. I'd be a liability for sure. So,
hey, man, you know, I think
you're fine.
You're fine. The tide is sort of changing. I won't go too much into it, but I'm just gonna say I'm fortunate, and that's all I'll say with my team. But yeah, you're not wrong. There is like a fine line you sort of got to walk, and a lot of people think that it's like, oh, well, just don't be an asshole. It's like it's more than that, dude. Like you going to a bunch of people who are going to a haunted house, right? That their job is to scare, to be freaky, right. And you calling them freaks is nothing. But you can't say that.
It's their job title.
It's literally what they're supposed to be doing.
You're supposed to be scared,
bro. You're dressing up as Mike Myers and chasing people with a fucking fake knife. Like, don't tell me. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
that's fun.
I don't know. But
what the fuck is going on outside?
Leaf blower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
God.
Don't worry. We'll edit this out.
No, honestly, you know,
how do you edit it out?
No, honestly, I was about to say, we always think that it's going to get picked up. Let me see where I'm at. 41 minutes. It's not going to come. It's not going to be held through.
Yeah.
Really?
We'll find out.
That's awesome.
There's a software you can go and clip out certain spots.
That's pretty cool.
And we're very novice at this stuff too. So,
dude, I think of myself like someone who's not in, like, has no idea of like all these electronic shit. When I taught myself how to do the audio edit, it is so basic, but I feel good. I'm like, I reduced the noise there. You can't hear the white noise anymore. And these fucking people who get like majors are like, oh, fucking scrub.
Yeah.
I studied this before.
Sorry,
that's why
Jamie
YouTube
Vaughn.
University, man.
Yeah.
Everything's online, man.
Everything. Yeah. So How long school? You got 2 years?
Yeah, well, about like I was a transfer student, so I finally wrapped up my associates.
Nice.
I did that, so I transferred in as a junior, I guess. So this is my last semester, or not semester. Semester ends in like 2 weeks, and then next year, and then of course my advisor is like, "Oh, we can get you graduated in like half the time." You know, I'm like, "Oh, that sounds good." She's like, "Yeah, you just got to go to school forever." Like, I mean, like, don't take a break.
I take 15 classes a semester.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what it was. She was like, I took 5 this time. Now she's like, you can take 6. So I have 6 next semester. I'm a little nervous about next semester. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal, but that should be done by
18 credits.
So
right?
if I remember correctly, if you're over X amount of credits, there's no extra price, right? So if you want to, you can always just drop.
I know. Well,
you can always drop one if you think one's.
I have anxiety when anytime someone talks about the cost of school, because like when they bring it up, like especially the way you just did, like I got itchy because like I'm not paying for anything. So as long as the government pays for it,
it doesn't matter. Because I did that a couple times where I'm like, okay, I have anything above like full time. Anything above full time is all the same price, I think. So it doesn't matter in Europe, but it was like, okay, cool. Let me add an extra class, and then I'll pick which one I want to drop, so I can see if one's bothering me. Like
this one makes sense. No, you are right though. They only like whatever you're doing. There's a tuition base, but then you have to pay extra for more. You know what I mean? And it's tough, but. Yeah, so I should hopefully be done in a year or two, I guess, like 2027. Yeah, I mean, that's what. Good. And then there's other benefits. People are always like, oh, dude, you check out this benefit? I'm like, no, I haven't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not as educated as I should be, but there's other ones where I could, I guess, elongate it. So I might just be like a career student and, you know, be able to hang out with you guys on the weekends. You know what I mean? Like, that would be just what I'd love to do.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Do this. You get these platforms, and then, like you said, you'll just keep finding more speaking opportunities.
Yeah. Well, especially with speaking opportunities, too, is like if you just keep prolonging the schooling, you can learn more of the different topics and stuff like that. You know, like you get stuck in the business aspect. There's good parts of that that's going to help you, but there's plenty of other stuff to learn.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I actually love school. I love it. And I'm like toyed with the idea of being a teacher and stuff, but I'm like, I was like subbing. Well, I guess that's the other thing I added in my life that we didn't talk about. It's like I became a sub. So like I was like I said, getting my life together, figuring out what to do. Got my sub cert, so I went into school, and it was right before summer because I caught it. You know, that was like the last 3 weeks. So the first thing I did was signed up to be a 5th grade substitute teacher. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I can handle kids. Like I'm really good with kids. Yeah. Then I get there, and the person's like, oh, let me walk you down to the kindergarten office, and I'm like, what? And then I had to do a kindergarten class. And
not 5th grade, kindergarten.
No, kindergarten. And these kids are just like young, and they don't have their iPads in front of them, so they're just like, they're freaking out.
They're tweaking.
They don't listen well.
It's a special breed of person to do that.
Oh my God. I had so much credit. I gave everything. I was like, dude, teachers don't get enough credit, bro. Like they are the most, they're like firefighters, in my opinion, police officers. Like they just get crapped on and they don't get enough credit. And their pay sucks. But they are you have to be an angel to be a freaking teacher.
It's a special 100%. Person.
Yeah, like when they're hiring teachers, they have to make sure they're getting quality human beings who can actually withstand the bandwidth of having a bunch of screaming children in their face, and they do a good job. So
yeah, it's unbelievable, man. These kids were just nuts. But I'm like, okay, the only thing I can do, because like I'm like, maybe I can tell them my story. Like maybe I can sit them down and tell a story. You know, my teacher. I said that to the teacher. I'm like, yeah, this usually works. And the teacher's like, ooh, you know, she's like staring at my arms and stuff. She's like, I don't know about this. Like it sounds scary. And then I'm like, no, I PG it. Like I'll even G it. You know what I mean? I had a dog. You know, and they go ooh, and you know,
show and tell.
Yeah,
here's some pictures.
And then the whole time, what happened to your arm? Because that's what I wanted to do. Because the whole first like 20 minutes, they just kept like poking at me and being like, excuse me, Mr. Brenner, what happened to your arm? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, why do you look like this? And then they would ask, and I do like the finger thing. I'm like, you know, filter. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're like, what? You know, so I mess with them. But then like the whole day it just gets distracting. So I figured, let's just sit them down and I'll just tell them the story and then we'll just squash this. And then,
hell yeah.
But then it just like, kind of worked, you know what I mean? Like, because then they were all getting amped up, they're asking me questions, and then we had to go to an assembly, so the teachers now getting like worried because now they're all amped up, you know what I mean? They're all just like excited because they found out who I am, and she's like, oh, we have to go to the assembly, we need to. I'm like, can I try something really quick? I was like, all right guys, do you guys want to pretend like you're in the military? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, cool. I need you to all stand in line like this. And I need you to stand like this in position of attention, but do it like this. Because if you move, it's really bad. You want to be a good military person. So this is what Marines do. And they all lined up. And I was like, okay, now you're going to turn right. You're going to follow this person. And I was like, we're going to march like this. 1, 2, 3. And now we're walking to the assembly. And these kids are going down the hallway like, and they're stomping their feet. Now they're getting yelled at from the teacher. Like, stop stomping your feet. And then they're just in line. Like, just like this. And then we get to the assembly, and we're all lined up. The other, like, kindergarten classes are on the one baseline. We're on one baseline. They're literally at the position of attention, bro. Like, and the other classes are, like, poking each other, jumping around, and they're just like this. I'm walking back and forth. I'm like, good job. Like, stand in position of attention. Good job. And they're all just excited, man. I'm like, awesome. It worked, bro. Like, it worked really well.
Dude, I love how you took, like, I love how it worked, because it goes to show you that it's not always the most methodical way that things need to be done. The teacher had an idea of what would work and what wouldn't work, but she actually didn't know that this would work. And you knew because you went through it, right? Because you were able to get them to go in one line and have fun. This is what these kids want to do, man. These kids want to pretend to be something.
Yeah, exactly. Pretend, exactly. Yeah, it
awesome.
Felt it was like outside the box, and they were just like, "Oh, this is different." And you know,
what I like though, you said this. Let me try something. It wasn't like this is gonna work. It's like let me try.
I had no idea it was gonna work. I just was like, I'm sick of them jumping around and stuff. I'm like, I got to figure out a way.
Yeah,
you know.
Fun.
And then it was interesting because then the next week I went back to 5th grade, and I felt like I did a stint, and not like time in prison, but I worked in a prison as a service dog person.
I was gonna say, what do you mean you were in prison?
I was. So I've been there, and like, dude, this was worse than prison.
Oh,
like
God.
These 5th graders were the most unbelievably misbehaved people I've ever met in my life.
I've heard bad stories about the current
5th grade,
environment of the education
School,
system.
I know, and it's unbelievable. And I had to tell them, like, once I got them calm, because they were just bad. And then I just like, look, I just want to tell you something. I was like, do you know what they do in kindergarten? And then they play like these games like to get their attention and like to treat them like kindergartens. I'm like, they behave more than you did. Like, you guys are the worst human beings I've ever met in my life. And they were just like crying and stuff.
Good, yeah, I fucking love it.
Yeah,
good. Fuck you.
You got hit with reality.
Yeah,
what a shame.
I told them, I said it was funny. I go, look, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore, and I was like, guys, what we're gonna do. If I feel like you're misbehaving, I'm gonna ask you to walk down to the principal's office, and I'm gonna have them call your parents, and I'm gonna have them pick you up. Because I'm not going to deal with this. Like, I think this, I understand you just came out of recess. You just had a bunch of sugar. You just threw water balloons on each other, and it's summer. I get it. But you guys are acting crazy. And then they were all, like, kind of calm down a little bit. And then, you know, and it was like, seriously, they'll call your parents, and they might even call the cops. Next thing you know, like, 30 minutes later, the cop's just doing his rounds, and he peeks in just to say hi. And then all the kids are like, he really called the cops.
They're like, oh, shit.
And I was like, I told you, I wasn't kidding. And the cop was like, yo, bro, how's it going? I was like, dude, you're like 30 minutes too late. But it was brutal, man. And again, I had such a respect for teachers at that point. And I was subbing for a lady, and she went home. She's like, I don't feel good. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't feel good either.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to poo-poo on what teachers do, because I've never been a teacher, but there's a lot of gold in your stories here. When you command discipline in a way that doesn't belittle someone, like you commanded that discipline and that respect, they gave it to you. You were the respect. It wasn't fake. It was very authentic. It was coming through your energy. So, like, maybe if there's some teachers here that are listening that are having issues with their kids, not that you have to become some asshole. You just really got to mean what you say.
Hold them to standard.
Like, I bet you would have sent the kids to the office. 100%.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. And then, but I think they're struggling with, and they'll say it too, it's like, I feel like their hands are tied behind their back. Too,
there's a lot of that.
You know what I mean? You can't say certain things. You can't do certain things. You know, even when I tell these stories or do stuff, people are like, "Oh, you can't really do that. Like, you got to have the kids like be free spirited, or like if they feel weird, they're allowed to go take a walk, or like they're allowed, you know, like now in boot camp, your stories like they have like safe spaces, like they have cards.
In boot camp?
Yeah, they're not boot camp. Like we go to boot camp, it's still like boot camp, but like certain services like Army and stuff, they used to have a stress system. So like you'd hold up a card if you're like stressed. It's like a yellow card. Like, hey, stop screaming at me. I'm about to have a panic attack.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And I'm sure, this is good. You'll get some comments being like, this isn't true. Or like, yeah, dude, this is true. Because, like, again, I haven't been there in 15-something years. But that was the story. There was people getting stressed. So, like, they'd have a system where you can take a break, safe spaces. And, you know, it's in all over the school, everywhere. Because, like, they don't want to push kids to the point of, like, an anxiety attack or, you know. So there's definitely systems in place where I feel like teachers' hands are tied behind their back. And I'll probably agree with you. Like, it's not easy.
Well, it's like...
Plus certain things you say, too. You know, you can say one word and they'll be like, oh, you know, you abuse my kid. Or
well, that's the thing. It's a double-edged sword, right? Because you get those terrible teachers that are just giant fucking assholes and somehow they don't get fired. But that's a different thing. And, like, so you want rules to protect the students from those shitty teachers, right? But then there's the spots where, like, you need to, like, discipline the student. He's being an asshole. You put him in his place in a constructive way, not like, you know, give him the backhand. You're like, yo, dude, like, if you keep misbehaving, you're going to the principal's office.
Yeah.
You know, but like the rules get overbearing, and then like it restricts the ability to actually put anyone hold anyone to a discipline and a standard, and the idea of this as being a benefit gets overshined by the negativity of what actually happened. But it's when they make the rules that no one knows, they just think it's going to work.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure, man, it's tough. Like, I and the lady, she came back. She's like, "How were they?" I'm like, "They were good. Like, there were some issues, but I didn't dime them out. You know what I mean? They were like, "Wow, this guy's pretty cool." You know, and that was my problem too. Like, I come off cool, right? So I'm like the cool uncle. So they just thought they could do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like at first they were scared, but then they're like, "No, he's actually really cool. Like, let's just go off." You know, and then just poking each other. And I'm just like, "Oh man." So anyway, I love subbing. The high school was good too. I like doing the high school, but then again, I was like, "Oh, gym class won't be too bad." Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll do a gym class, and instead of getting high schoolers, I got the younger kids, and I'm like, let's play dodgeball. Like, how bad could that be? You know? And then there's apparently 2 types of balls, like the safe ones, and then like the ones that you shouldn't throw at somebody. And of course, they grab the ones you shouldn't throw at somebody. So I was scary, man. But yeah, it's fun. I'm trying to get involved doing this stuff, but yeah, man, I'm just trying to be a teacher on the weekends, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's fun.
I love that. I feel like that all ties in though to your whole goal and mission, because everything is very people front. Like, you're right in front of the people, whether it's little kids being able to influence them, or people your age, people older. It's all in the same area, which is all good.
It's like teaching people, solving problems. That's what I love. So we'll still figure it out. I mean, people spend a lot of time figuring stuff out. Like you said, I don't know how good I'll do just getting stuck in a cubicle somewhere.
No, fuck that.
Not.
Also,
so we'll see.
Why do you need to do a cubicle life?
I don't know.
No, dude. I mean,
I just say that. I would hate it. No, I don't. Yeah.
There's so much other shit out there, you know?
No.
For sure.
And anyone that works in the cubicle, God bless you. This isn't insulting you.
There's a guy right now in his cubicle on a Saturday.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I gotta get it, but right, office space.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Peter. Yeah.
But look, I'll tell you this, and like I said, I won't go too much into it. I have a cubicle, so I'm that guy you're talking about. But like I said, I'm very fortunate with my team. So that's all I'll say. Where it doesn't feel like a cubicle life.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, you don't have to do that.
No,
and I wonder I don't remember from last show. It's been a year. Were you always like this, where you like to teach people, or was this something that came when you did the K-9 unit in the military?
I think it did made it not worse or better. It definitely, I guess, inflamed it. Yeah, amplified it for sure. Because like we had a lot of teaching. You had to we had to learn from other people. So there was a lot of instruction. The dogs teach you a lot about just like patience and making an impact. Yeah, right. You're like, sit, and it's gone. You know, like
it's like, dude, you were so good 2 seconds ago. What's going on?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, I see that person when I eat them.
Yeah, and it's like they teach you a lot about life in general, and I think it just it's a service thing too. Going back to K9, like you have to be very unselfish, so it's always about the dog. It's always about, what could I do to impact its life, and there's a lot of responsibility, and I find that like with either teaching or talking, there's a lot of responsibility. I mean, and that's where you have to learn to get over that. But people like just staring at you, they're coming to hear a message, and then you have to deliver something. But I just love being able to make an impact on someone's life, whether it's teaching kids how to walk straight in line and, behave, or if it's like, someone like we talked about those heavier things. But yeah, I would say it definitely did. I was always kind of like that. In the beginning, when you're younger and you're immature, it was always about like performing a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I was always that kid who was like the class clown, or, cracked jokes that were inappropriate and got in trouble. Because I was liked.
So you're a Marine before you knew it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's why I fit right into that regard, for sure. Like for instance, so we were in high school, and it's just so dumb, man. I don't even know. I'm sure people have really dumb high school stories, but I went to a Catholic school. I know we touched on it last time, but like we had it was snowing like before, and there was a big snowbank with the snow plow pulled the thing up, and we were in the bus taking a nice long bus ride home from Belmar all the way to where we lived in Jackson, and we opened the back hatch of the door, and we brought a giant like snow block of ice, like the big. Like, we chunked it out of the snowbank, and we put it on the bus. That's and we put it in the bus, shut the door. And it's probably like half the size of this table. And then we waited. We got on the highway and just started throwing our snowballs.
No,
we just started throwing. We had a snowball fight on the bus, and then just and that's really stupid, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, So dumb. Poor bus driver. She's such an angel. Another one, right? Like bus drivers just crapped on. Like those people are saints. And we're just throwing snowballs. One person unfortunately got like cut because it's like ice. And so anyway, long story short, we get called to the little chapel the next day. You know what I mean? It was like bus, 8:33, come down to the office, and we all knew what it was about, right? And then they're telling us, they'll sit down, like, we all know who started this. Like they knew it's like me and my 3 class clowns, And the principal's all upset and mad, and we're all getting in trouble. And she's like, those people can stay. Why would this even happen? How is this even possible? And we're just like, well, of course, I'm the one that's going to tell her. She asked the question.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we're getting antsy. We have a lot of fun on the bus. One thing leads to another, and it's just kind of a snowball effect. Her face, dude, melted. Like melted. No pun intended. Like melted. She was fuming. Yeah. And all my friends were like, "You idiot!" Like we just got 3 extra Saturday detentions because of that. Like, and it was always like my thing, right? Like just to make an impact.
Dude,
like,
that's fucking hilarious.
And I wasn't trying to be even a jerk because she set it up. Like she volleyed it so easy, and I was just like. That was what always.
If she wasn't so pissed, she probably would appreciate the joke.
Probably would have laughed. Yeah. I've seen that in boot camp. Yeah, someone will do something stupid and the guy's yelling at you, but he'll turn his face like crack a smile. Like, that was funny.
You fucked up, but that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, dude. Wait a second. I want to ask this question to boot camp. On the opposite side, how many times is it where like someone is reaming into the new cadets, just fucking crushing them, and then like in the back they're like, "Oh, that was fucking hilarious." We respect this guy even though we fuck with him all the time. Or like what's the conversations in the back?
I think a lot of people can relate it to like if you go back to your high school several years later, or you like go see your wrestling coach or gym coach, that guy who was always like, yeah, you were a jerk in high school, but I really liked you. You know what I mean? I knew you would turn into something good. Like, they might have been a dick to you in school, but then like deep down they really respected you. I've seen a lot of that in the military because as guys rank up, or especially when you get out, because like when you're in, it's all last names, it's all rank, yes staff sergeant, no staff sergeant, and then when you get out, you're like best bros, right? And then you tell those stories, and it's like, yo, you guys were jerks, but like, I pushed you for that reason, you know what I mean? So you have that barrier. And I never was a DI. I had friends who were drill instructors, and which is a horrible life, never sleeping. But they definitely have some stories, I'm sure, where they know, like, this guy I'm going to push harder. Like, I'm going to be a jerk to this guy because I want him to be the leader, or I want him to, like, push others, make an example out of them because I know you can take it, right? He's not going to just purposely pick on the weak one because he's struggling. You know what I mean? Like, they have to because it's their job. Like, the drill instructors will be like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. But they're going to definitely push certain people that are, like, capable. But yeah, no, it's definitely like I'm sure behind the scenes, man, they're laughing about it.
I would be, dude.
I just saw a video That's so weird you just said that. Like there was one where this kid's banging on the wall, like trying to get someone's attention. All drill instructors come out, start yelling at him. But then like the angle of the video, you can see the other 2 inside. And then like the dude goes in, he starts laughing. He's like putting his head down. Then he comes back out, and he's got a straight face on. So like they got to turn it on and off.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've never been behind the scenes of it, but I'm sure they got stories, man.
Fuck, that's great. What happens? Everything good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Is he done blowing his leaves?
Nope. I don't even know which neighbor it is, but whatever.
I was really hoping you come back in and then
more sourdough.
No, we not even that. That would be great. I was hoping to just hear like the fucking leaf blower just go off, and then Timmy comes back in. It's like, all right,
we're trying to record a show.
Sorry, my hands aren't covered in redness.
Oh, that's great.
Is that really necessary?
Dude, have you ever thought of TED Talk, like doing a TED Talk? I'm not sure how easy or hard that is to get, but
I think it's really hard. I've tried. Yeah, it's like it's cult. You know what I mean? Like you got to get into like a system and like know people, because like I've looked into it. I've sent the application online to like, hey, I'm a speaker, you can do it. And then I just recently just did it like 2 months ago. But yeah, I would love to do that because that's a good one. And they have like TED, which is like huge, and they have like TEDx, which is also big, but it's like, I guess
that's like the
more independent.
TED Light.
TED Light.
Back when they had
I want TED Heavy, bro.
Yeah.
I want that TED Heavy.
You want that TED Heavy?
I want that 5%.
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't want that 3.5. I want that 0 calorie stuff. But yeah, they have like certain talks. Like they have like a library or like a school, college, and then they have the TED Talks where they're like, a lot of people. But I would love to do that. My roommate, the guy I talk about in the book, the Marsoc guy, like the no legs, he did a TED Talk. They got him on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and of course he's like invisible online, so I can't talk to him. But yeah, I would love to do it. It's just hard to get into. I think it's like difficult.
Have you reached out to your college at all? that you're at?
No, not yet. Not so much. I just did a talk at Ryder.
Okay.
I just did for Veterans Day, the Turning Point chapter for USA, like Turning Point, you know?
Yeah.
They were like, hey, do you want to do a thing for Veterans Day? And so we just did it last Tuesday.
That's
night?
awesome.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that was cool. And I want to get more involved there. And I don't like, when I go into class, like, I like to just, one, because I'm more humble now too, but I go in there and I'm just a student, right? Like, I don't want kids to think me differently because I'm 10 years older, or like, I wrote a book and all this stuff. I just wanted to be like part of them. I want to be like, joking with them. And then like my teacher found out and he like put it up online and like blew it up. And so like I at one point I think I will, but I always like to do that like right before I leave. That was like at work at Six Flags. Like I went right into the president's office and I just like knocked. He interrupted his meeting by accident. And
that's even better.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I'll be right back. I told my supervisor, he's like 23 years old. I'm like, I'll be right back. I have to go across the street real quick. And I just walked up there and went right in his office. Like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to give you my book real quick and say I appreciate the opportunity to work for you this summer. And and then I'm stuck talking to him for a while. But I like to do that at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't do it in the beginning. And then, so it's
because then it's like, I'm here just to promote this. Like you're doing your thing. It's like here, like,
and I genuinely just want them to have it. I was like, yeah, I gave a shout out to the park in there. Like do what you want with it, but whatever. Never heard back from him. So.
Of course not.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's running Six Flags.
Yeah, he's busy.
He's probably like I said, never heard back from him, probably because he's busy.
Yeah,
who's to say that he's not reading the book?
Yeah.
So
fun story about that. If we like talking about people is and hopefully he hears it, but he's not going to. But
I'm gonna fucking tag Six Flags.
But I went to I did a podcast in Atlanta. No, where was I going? No, I went to a conference for something. They invited me to do a book signing, and that's a whole other story. But anyway, I went down there, and it was supposed to be this big back conference, like 500 handlers, and then apparently it bombed. So the conference only had like 50 people show up.
Oh god!
And these poor vendors, man, showing up there and
yeah,
having to cart all that stuff. Like, have you guys done a vending show, or you know what it's about?
No, yeah, I've seen them,
it sucks. Like, you bring all your stuff and pay $1,000 for table space, and so like I went down there. I sold like half my books, and I just gave the rest away to people. And so, anyways, it was a bummer. It bombed. But then I'm in the airport in Nashville, Tennessee, and then I'm standing next to a lady, and she's talking, and then I'm talking to her, and I was like, hey, you know what? She was. I don't know how it came up, right?
Yeah.
But you're a sales guy, like you pick up on little things. And then you kind of like, oh, yeah, like here. And then I wrote a book, and then we're talking in line. And then her daughter is an aspiring country song, artist or whatever. And then she's like, oh, that's Corey Asbury over there. And I was like, no, I'm kidding. I looked at you guys listen to Christian music at all?
No.
Corey Asbury is a huge Christian artist.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does country stuff too.
Okay.
So she says that. And I'm like, oh, cool. I was like, do you want me to get your autograph? And she's like, no, you can't do that. I was like, yeah, I'll just go ask him for your autograph. So anyway, he took off.
Yeah.
Couldn't find him again. So I'm walking to the airport. And I was determined to find this dude. I had time. So I was like, I'm gonna find this dude. I can't find him anywhere. I'm like, I'm giving up. I'm going back to my gate. Like, can you imagine missing a flight for being a doofus like this? So I'm just going, and then like,
honey, why'd you miss your flight?
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to know.
I was just trying to find.
Were you hunting celebrities again? Like, yeah. So I'm walking back. Forget it, man, because I overheard. But so anyway, it's like I was like, well, man, I know Corey. I'm gonna look him up real quick and be like, oh, well, he's probably going to this place for a show, or he's from this place. Maybe he's going to visit family. So I was looking at the board, like, which gate could he be at? Like, I was being a stalker, dude. Like, trying to do the math.
Yeah.
And then so I'm walking around the airport. Forget this, man. I look like an idiot. I'm going back home, and then I see him standing outside like a private family bathroom, because like celebrities don't go pee next to you at a urinal, right? So he's smart. He's gonna go and like change diapers or whatever. So he's waiting outside this bathroom. Then he jumps in the bathroom. I'm like, now I gotta wait until he gets out of the bathroom. So he gets out of the bathroom. 5 people interrupt him for a picture. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, can I take a picture with you? And then I'm like, this people. So as soon as he's done, I'm walking by him. I see him glancing at his phone. I'm like, hey, you're Corey, right? And he's like, yeah, what's up, bro? We start talking a little bit, jabbering back and forth. And then 5 more people asked to take a picture with him. So I was like, I'll take the picture. So I'm taking pictures of people and stuff. So when he was done, I go, hey, man, I'm just leaving from a conference. Do you mind if I give you something? It's like, you really touched my heart with your music. And so I brought my book out, and I signed it for him to Corey, like, keep on inspiring. And I was right before I went to sign it. I was like, has anyone ever given you an autograph before? Like, he started laughing. He's like, nah, bro, this is the first. So I sign it, and I give it to him. And then we gave him a bro hug or whatever. Didn't ask him for a picture because I'm not a D-bag.
Yeah.
And then left, went our separate ways. And then I was like, I wonder if I'll ever hear from him again.
Well, here's the thing. Regardless if you hear from him or not, he's going to remember you because you're the only one to give him the autograph.
Right.
You did everything. You did the different thing that everyone else You did everything differently.
Yeah.
You gave the autograph. You were respectful. You were taking the pictures for the others.
Right.
He's gonna remember you.
That's right.
Regardless if he reaches out, he can't forget.
And
that's all I stuck with. I'm like, you know what? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't walk away with anything. Like, that's that humbling piece. Like, wow, the fact that all those like things lined up. Like the fact that I stood next to this lady in line and we had this conversation. I wouldn't know who he was. Like, I listened to his music, right, dude? Like, we listen to music all the time, but you wouldn't recognize an artist in public.
No.
Plus, when they're wearing their hats and their sunglasses and stuff, you don't recognize people.
Yeah.
You know. So like, it's all about timing. Like, you find yourself in these moments, and then that happens, and then like you try to walk away with like, oh, what do I get out of it? What is this? Like, you got it already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got that
what's nice
experience. You got that like timing.
Yeah, you stuck to the mission too. Is like you're trying to promote your book, get the message out. You did it. You gave him the book. That was the goal. If he reaches out now, who cares? Like, obviously be cool, but
I just want him to read it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's 3 lessons that came out of that, right? 1, determination. You were determined to do something, and you did it, right? You didn't give up. And that's usually what happens in life. If you don't give up, at some point you're going to do it. 2, getting your message out there, casting out as wide as a net as you can, right? Being humble about it, right? Not asking for anything in return. And then 3, I'm telling you, who's to say he's not reading it? Just like the president. Who's to say, even if he doesn't reach out to you, he's going to remember you. He's not going to remember the billions of people who ask for pictures. He's going to remember you.
Right.
So you did accomplish something there.
No, I understand what you're saying. And then go back what you said in the beginning with like the messages. I sent him a DM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I tried to slide in there. I was like, yo, great meeting you, bro. Like, good luck on your tour, because he told me where he was going. He was singing with so and so. And then I was like, good luck on your tour, bro. Like, I'll catch up with you later. And then that probably got lost in a sea of messages.
Yeah, well, he's probably got how many followers does he have on
hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, he's probably got.
I mean, he got 10 people while you were trying to talk to him.
Literally, I mean, everyone knew who he was. Yeah. I didn't even the other country guy, because he was a starving artist. He's like black hair. He's got the guitar. He even asked for a picture with him. I'm like, bro, yeah, you're in his zone, bro. That's like a JV kid asking a varsity kid for an autograph.
Yeah,
what the fuck? The G League guy asking.
That's like playing against Tom Brady in the NFL and asking him for the autograph.
It literally was, bro. Like Mike, Lil Bow Wow asking for autographs. Yeah. So I mean, you don't do that. Anyway, shout out to people who do that. Like, I mean, I get it. You want a picture, and I've never actually taken a picture with a famous person in my life. I just don't know. Because like you were talking about before, we're talking about people, what they're going through with the autographs, right? You brought it up incidentally about like kids wanting autographs, like all of them hanging their markers over the thing, right? Yeah. Because then it's like you pick the one, and the other kid, you know what I mean? Like, you have a huge responsibility to do that, and it kind of gets taxing. I think it's the last thing they ever want. They just want to be treated like human beings. I give that talk all the time. We all put our pants on. It's this phrase they say in the Marine Corps, because we had to go talk to like colonels and other people. Yeah. I was a 22-year-old kid telling them, I'm going to save the lives behind you with my dog. But he's, you know what I mean? He's got the shiny things on. He's got the experience. But he puts his pants on just like us, man. Like, we're all people, and we want to connect with each other on the human side and build that trust right away. And you don't do that by being like, well, this is what I can do, and what can you do for me, Like,
no, it's very true. It's very true.
The especially in the military, right? You got the official ranking. Everyone knows their place, right?
Yeah.
But then you get the people, right? I'm sure you've seen it's in any environment too. I'm just talking about this because it's very obvious, the chain of command. But like, you have those people that are really high up and they're super humble. They're down to earth. Like, hey, they demand respect. They don't demand it. It like it's presented. Like respect is coming because they're great people, but they come and talk to you like a person. And then you get those other people that are just d-bags. And like, I'm the authority. You talk to me like this. You don't talk back unless I ask you a question, kind of thing. It's like, it's the balance of it's just different personalities, but it's great seeing when you have those people that are just humble and just grounded, and they don't let the ego take over.
Yeah, and you learn a lot from those people. You got to take a lot. Because you said, because those people, they would get their authority. Like, kids get promoted too early. Like, I saw it actually at work when I was at Six Flags. Like, a young girl got promoted, which is good for her. But then, like, immediately changed, right? You guys seen this probably. Like, someone gets that promotion or something, they just change. Like, they're like, oh, I deserve this and that. Like, nah. Like, you should
failing up, they call it.
Oh, nice.
Not there, but so
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they get promoted, and then they were really good at job A.
Correct.
Then they go to the next tier up, and then they fail, but they're too good to go back down. They don't want to, like, they're a good enough employee. They don't want to get rid of them, so they get moved up. They fail up. It happens a lot, especially where I work.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And I'm sure in the military too, right? If someone gets promoted and they're like, "Oh, this guy sucks," let's move him up to another manager position, so they're not directly involved with things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're just too valuable to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
Fuck.
That's for sure.
There's so much good.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why I love doing this, man. Because you can go. I thought about that too, right? Like, it's my first show back.
Yeah.
Ever, right? Doing anything. I'm like, what could you possibly talk about? I'm definitely not talking about my book the whole time. Like, I'm wondering if they have anything. And I love how you guys do stuff, because it's like, how many times you do a show that's like, oh, we have all these questions, and I've had people tell me, I got 10 questions. I had one guy send me an email. He's like, I need you to pick the best 5 questions out of this, and I'm like, it's tough. I don't know, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can go off on tangents from there, right? Just talking points, right?
Sure.
Which I'm sure you do too. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what we're talking about. And then it just goes.
We never.
We didn't. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't talk about what we were talking about. I just knew the type of person you are. Knowing you from the first episode, I knew that there was something was gonna come out of it.
Yeah,
I had faith that I knew.
Probably that story. There's stories I shouldn't have told. Like, I know.
Which one?
Probably, I don't know, the snowball fight one. Like,
that's a dude.
Fuck it, dude.
What, you're gonna get arrested for it? No.
Yeah, immediately when I start telling them, like, there's nothing illegal.
That's nothing illegal. No, there's nothing illegal about it, and they really can't prove it, right? And you just basically showed they can't prove it.
Statute of limitations.
You just admitted to it.
Yeah. Well, what's the statute of limitations for throwing snowballs on a bus? And what you really just proved to the audience and the world is you could be a comedian too with the one-liners.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, or I'm just like, it's a kid.
You're a kid being a kid. That happens. We'll all do dumb shit.
And I think it was like a military question. It's always a Marine question. It goes off on tangents, but no, that's funny.
Honestly, I think I liked your kindergarten and 5th grade.
Oh, that was great.
Those are the great stories.
Yeah, those are good. That's why I like, if I run out of material, I'll just go back to kindergarten real quick. I was gonna sub for the day. Come back in. And it was funny when I went back. I went to, because I did the 5th grade class, which sucked, and then I went back again because it was like a 2-week stint where I just kept going back to the school. And every time I'm like, I don't know why I'm coming back here, but I'm like, I'll do it again. And it was supposed to be a different class. It was 3rd grade music. I'm like, oh, I love music. Like, I could do music. Like, I can definitely like play the piano a little bit. I'm missing one finger, so just one note's wrong, but I can definitely jam on the keys a little bit. And then I'm thinking like, man, but with like maracas and drums and stuff, like, kids are gonna go off. Maybe I can figure something out. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm going down to the music thing. He's got to set up for some assembly. He was DJing for some thing they were doing. So I was watching his classes, and as I'm standing there, the class that I almost had to like call the National Guard for, they're coming around the corner, and they're like, Mr. Brenner! And then they go off. They're just kicking the walls, and they're stomping their feet like, Mr. B! They're punching each other. They're like,
that's fucking hilarious.
And then they're like, no, you don't have him today. And they're like, aw, like, we want.
That's so awesome.
Cool.
I was gonna say, dude, those kids are gonna remember that for the rest of their life.
They went in the next day, and then all the teachers were like, what did you do to that class? I'm like, well, honestly, I was gonna arrest half of them. I don't know why they want me back so bad. Yeah. Like, I guess I had some sort of an impact, but they were like, let's go. And then we did the music thing, which was cool. But yeah, it was wild, man. And then, so that was the last time I was in middle school. And then, so I want to go back. I have a 5th grade, not 5th grade. I have art in high school coming up December 5th. So I'm excited for that one.
That should be fun.
Yeah, and they're high school kids. Yeah. They should be behaved. Like, they sit there. Like, I go and talk to high schools. They at least sit still. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
they're not overwhelmed by the sugar and the energy. I don't know what to do with my energy. Yeah.
Right. And anyone who's looking to get into subbing, do not do it in May. Or June. It was June. Yeah. Right before summer. And never take a class after lunch.
No. Fuck that, dude. No.
Started in September when they're like not wanting to be there.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the December too, just before the Christmas break. So, but you're still in the school year though.
School, and it's art. Like, I don't know, make them finger painters. I don't know. What do you do in art? Like, I'll draw those Picasso paintings, right? Like you said, maybe I'll tell an art story. Like,
why not?
Has anyone ever heard the banana story? And then be like, I need you all to come up with something interesting and just see like how artistic can you be? I don't know.
That actually might be. That actually might be a good thing.
And then we'll sell all their artwork.
Yeah,
whatever stupid thing they come up with. Do
adding business class to the art thing. Add one now, post your stuff on Etsy, and let's see what we can get.
We're all going to create an Etsy account and sell your stuff.
That would be that scandal would go so fucking viral, bro.
It would be, yes.
Well, it's not a scandal. We're helping these kids make their own money. That's all.
As long as I don't.
We're not ripping off their.
No. You would have them make something, sell it on an Etsy store, artwork, and then whatever money comes, it goes to a cause.
Yeah, perfect. 100%.
Deal,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I love it.
Exactly. I like
Hell
this.
yeah.
And then they can promote. I like this. They can set their own costs.
I'm definitely gonna bring a notebook next time we make these.
Yeah,
videos.
there we
Yeah,
go.
fuck
sure.
yeah, dude.
So I have a question. I've been thinking about this. Do you do anything with the canine stuff anymore, or is this just outside of your own dogs?
I think you hit something there.
Sorry, a little emotional.
I did that like it's as a joke once because someone mentioned cats in an episode.
No. Did it again with the cats coming back up.
Yeah, I furball. But
There you go.
Nah, dude. Yeah, I do. I like to talk. I can't like handle much. Like I did the service dog training and I like training dogs, but I can't really do it too much. I don't have much experience as a trainer, but also I don't do that. So a lot of things I do is talk to departments. Like if I could get invited to one, I'll tell them, hey, this is the real deal. Like don't get complacent. Because these guys, they're doing bomb searches most of the time. Thank God, a mall doesn't blow up. But sometimes you just need that reminder. So I try to stay involved with that with police. And then like there's a nonprofit we have. I'm actually wearing the shirt, but the U.S. War Dogs, and they
Sick shirt.
Yeah, the gentleman I mentioned in the book, the Alabama dude. He's the president of it. So
Awesome.
Yeah, they basically take care of the dogs when they get out. We send care packages while they're active and do things, but they take care of the retired dogs.
Did you just post one a couple weeks ago?
I
Someone
think
with a fence getting put up?
Yeah, it's that video.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's one of our guys. He went down there and they built the guy a fence for his dog. And
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was a cool thing. And there's an amazing team they have over there. And they just take care of the dogs when they get out on different things, like medicine, surgeries, putting the dog down. And incidentally, they use a vet in New Jersey too. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, because the program got started in Jersey. It was 5 Vietnam dog handlers, and the one guy, the president, he's in Jersey. And they the monument off of the Parkway? Do you ever see that? You know where PNC? Everyone's been to PNC, right?
Yeah, exit 116.
Yeah, and there's a state trooper barrack right there too, right?
Yes,
I think
it's
that's the other side.
like the next exit down. Yeah, the PNC, and then right next to PNC is the Vietnam Memorial. There's like signs for it. You see it all the time. I've never been there, but they have a War Dog Memorial over there.
Cool.
That group
Check it
raised
out.
the money for it. So that's what
Pretty
happened.
sick.
Yeah, like 20 years
pretty
ago. It's actually 25. Yeah, so it's crazy.
What where area is that? The
War
I want
Dogs?
to say agency, but
the nonprofit.
The nonprofit.
They're down in Towson, Maryland now.
Okay.
Yeah, because the guys who are running it are
cool.
they work down there. So
You said that they use a vet in Jersey?
yeah, Red Bank Veterinary Hospital.
In Red Bank too. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
They have two
wild.
of them. There's one in Red Bank and there's one down in Mount Laurel. We actually had unfortunately used their services. Yeah. Yeah, I love them so much. Like they were so good. And then I went there and, I was like, hey, I really love what you guys did. This has been great. Can we use you as our vet? And they're like, we're an emergency hospital. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I just thought it was a vet you could use.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
only like, because we had our dog who was like eating chickens or something. And then not real live chickens, but we left a rotisserie on the counter and then it was missing. You know what I mean? So he had issues. He couldn't go. So they had emergency surgery on him. And
cool.
yeah, but yeah,
He's good now.
Oh yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to keep stuff out of his stomach.
He
you know what I mean?
he had too many bones.
Yeah, man,
Cooked bones.
That's why we call them bones.
So cooked bones are the worst too for the dogs because
I
they
heard.
can splinter.
Right, and then
Yeah.
it starts us because we're having a panic attack. Like we had
Yeah.
this beautiful rotisserie we just diced up, and then we come back in and the rest of it's missing. We're like, what? The hell?
Fuck.
He ate a sock once, and that somehow. And then you hear stories about dogs eating like remotes and like shoes, and like they're fine. You know what I mean? Like black labs are just like and they're fine. Our dog. He's got like a.
How big is he? How many pounds?
He's 80-something pounds.
So
he's
he's not small,
English cream. Yeah, he's not like a tiny dog. But yeah, no, I loved him. I was like, yeah, can we just keep coming back here? They're like, this is an emergency hospital. I'm like, well, can I just say it's an emergency and just come see you guys? I'll pay the $200 just to walk in the door. Like this was a treat.
It's tough finding vets that you actually like. You met my dogs last time, right?
I did. Yeah.
So Maverick, he's a hound. He's very sensitive. He loves people, but like he doesn't want to be examined. And we found a vet down the street. And my original vet, they were great, but they wanted him on, I forget the meds, but they wanted him heavily medicated to go see him. And that made it worse. And he would snip and all this. Now the new vets, like we have it dialed in. The one guy, Dr. Blackman, he is awesome. He's so good with Maverick. And this last time we had the blood work done, and he didn't even flinch.
Really?
Yeah. So, but it's like
He's probably getting used to them. Like he's really comfortable.
What's nice what they do is they have happy visits, and we go at lunchtime. No dogs are there. They have one room. It's the room dogs get put down in, but it's for reactive dogs too. So we go in there, we spend about half hour, 45 minutes with the dogs. They'll take them around to meet the other doctors and stuff, but it's just getting used to it. So every time you go in that room, it's been happy visits, and then every fifth or sixth time is an appointment. So it's not every time you go there, it's the same appointment. You're getting poked and pronged. It's
No, I absolutely love that. Yeah, and that's what you should do.
To find a good one.
Yeah, it's for them to do that. And then a lot of them, some will mention it. They'll be like, "Oh, just bring them by every once in a while." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Like, it's out of my way." And then, like, but so you should though. It's exposure therapy.
Yeah,
it gets you used to it.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Because they're only 15 minutes from me. So
can you imagine if we did that for like people though? Like,
Yeah,
people who are scared of doctors. Can I just come like hang out in your waiting room or something? Can I just sit in this table for a second?
Well, they sort of do that with like not like visiting, but each time you would go as a kid, you get a lollipop, right? That was the best thing.
Oh, like positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
That is
Hit
true.
with that treat.
But then when you're as adults and we really get anxiety, it's like they don't care. It's like it's pay me,
When I went to the bank yesterday, I made sure to take a fucking lollipop.
Yeah.
It was actually the first thing I did. I had to deposit something, but I was like, let me get this green lollipop first.
Yeah.
Hi, how are
myself adulting.
Exactly.
I'd like to make a deposit, please. I'm all about that free stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Are these free? Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, how many can I take?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a limit? Cool.
You have no limit? That's
it's
true.
It's like kids on Halloween that just dumped the bowl out.
Oh man. How was Halloween this year? Do you guys have a lot? Do you get them here?
Yeah.
You do get them?
So, I'm not going to say what town I'm in, but where I'm at in my town is a lot more dense. My whole town's pretty dense, but we had a lot. And what I did was I put a small bowl out that I kept refilling, so they couldn't take them all.
Yeah.
And I was actually really impressed. I was really impressed. Only one group of boys took a bunch, but they didn't even take, there was like 6 of them, they took the whole bowl because it wasn't a lot. But everyone else, all the other kids, 1 or 2, and like every time I put it out and we had friends over, so I was doing it, and I was like, I'm just going to leave this so we can hang out.
Interesting,
Yeah. So a small bowl, but like, there was one kid, I was like, hey, take more than one. He's like, no. I'm like, no, dude, take more than one. It's okay. I'm telling you, it's going.
Yeah. Like, I tried to trick him.
I had to force the kid. He was really timid.
He's like,
and
no,
shy.
I don't want to. You're like,
but I was impressed. 90% at just one group that didn't take. They weren't being nice. They were
look at this dude
dumping the bowl. But everyone else was like 1 or 2, 3. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's doing like social experiments on the porch for Halloween.
I was just
see
paying
how
attention.
Kids take more than one.
I can't help myself. It's the engineer in me. I was just trying to figure out what's going on.
I was going to say that was a really systematic, well thought way of doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't turn it off. It's really annoying.
And you can't like just open the door and greet them like a human. Like you have to like place it there. And
well, I started with that, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore.
It would be more fun though. Because you can like watch, like, oh, what are they going to take? Like, what are they going to do? You know?
Yeah.
Timmy's like, they're taking all the Kit Kats, leaving the M&Ms.
well, actually,
scratch the M&Ms.
I
need more Kit Kats.
I have one candy left. Almond Joys.
Yes, they're the best. No one wants that.
Not for a 10-year-old.
No, they're fucking amazing.
For an adult. When did you start liking Almond Joys? Like 5 years ago?
There was
13
one
maybe.
left.
13.
I there's a little that I don't like.
Nuts.
Pun intended.
Good. Yeah.
Totally
it was just funny because there was a whole Costco size of chocolate, and there was one Almond Joy left.
Really?
Just one.
Almond Joy.
Like
the
someone
Reese's went first.
Yeah, probably.
100% went first.
That's everybody
100%.
agreed. Yeah. I mean,
100%.
That's actually, so I like cut a lot out of my life, but I've realized I just supplemented it with like candy. For some reason, when people go to like these phases, like, oh, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I smoke cigars. It's like, well, you supplement stuff.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't smoke, I vape, or, I don't drink anymore. I just eat cheese, like whatever it is. Like Reese's, dude. Like and especially because they were like buy one get one free or something.
Hell yeah!
And once a night, I'm just having chocolate, and it just hits, man. The Reese's are amazing.
At work, they
peanut butter too. You feel less guilty for.
Bro. And now that's what the problem is. I was eating peanut butter every night because that's what I do, and I just eat like. Two scoop, maybe 4 sometimes. It's just a peanut butter just straight out of the jar. And I heard that's not good, and I'll never forget this story in boot camp where the drill instructor made us like we're sitting down telling us stuff, but then he made some kid get up at the front, and he looked like he was like uncomfortable, and he's just like, tell him what happened. And he's just like, I want you to tell everyone the story so they know to learn from you. And then he told us he ate all the peanut butter, like he just would not eat anything but peanut butter because he loved it so much. Like, because there was things he had at lunch, so he just eat peanut butter. So he had to go in the bathroom and stick his finger up his butt to help him poop because he got so constipated. And he said, and he was telling us a story, and then I think I stopped eating peanut butter for like 8 months after that. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't get overconstipated.
and he was so uncomfortable, probably because it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? He was trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
But that sticks with me, and I'm so addicted because every night I'm eating it, I'm just like thinking of that kid in boot camp. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but this is just so damn good. I'm trying to get extra protein, and I'm sure there's better ways,
Yeah,
but,
dude, it's just funny the boot camp stories.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you think about more, I think like with boot camp, a lot of people just forget stuff. Like a lot of people will tell the silver bullet story. You guys hear about like the silver bullet? It's a thermometer they stick up your butt. Yeah. So like, and I only saw it one time, and they said, "Don't be this kid who's just like." Doesn't drink water, who's going to be dehydrated. And I remember we're doing a track and we're doing all of our obstacle courses, and there's a bunch of platoons there, and they had one poor kid, just like his face down, his butt up in the air with his pants off, and just it's literally just this giant like thermometer, and they just ram it in there, and this poor kid just in front of everybody, like they couldn't just bring him inside somewhere. Like he's that in trouble that you have to do this in front of like thousands of people.
Is it because if you like ingest up the ass, it's like it's an instant or something?
The thermometer reading, yeah, I guess. It's a thermometer.
Oh, it's a thermometer. I thought they were like fucking inject that. I was like, this is horrible.
They're making butt chug water.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
like a turkey baster like IV drip, yeah. Like,
bro, they couldn't have just done like, hey, brother, give me your fucking armpit. Like,
well,
they
that's
had
what they
to
do for like babies though. Like that's a kid's thing.
So they're doing.
And I don't know why they just couldn't stick it in his mouth.
That's what I was thinking.
There must be a reading thing, unless it's such a traumatic thing to see that it teaches us to drink water. I don't know. Like,
you know what? I think that might be it.
You think?
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Well, I only say that because why is he in the middle of everybody doing PT with his like pants off?
It's with that downward dog.
Literally
shit.
a downward dog. They
and
take him inside.
Ass up. Thermometer.
I never understood, and I saw it's a real thing. They told us a story, but then we saw it, so I'm like, because you don't want to know. It might be a traumatic thing. You know what I mean? Like that's probably
this is like a lesson to be learned. So he had to do that because he was dehydrated, wasn't drinking.
Yeah,
that was a punishment. Like that.
No, it's not.
Like I'm trying to understand exactly. So
they're not like you didn't drink enough water. Pull your pants down.
Did he pass out or something? Like
yeah, he passed out on the ground.
Imagine that shit.
Okay. And then so
I know you're not drinking water to me. Take your pants off and lay on the ground.
God damn it, Davis! Get on your fucking knees.
All right, so he passes out from doing the obstacle course stuff and being dehydrated. Cool. So the first go-to is to drop his pants, but a thermometer in his butt.
Yeah,
dude. This is what
they want to know. Right. I guess they want to know if his temperatures. I don't know. They want to know his body.
If he's overheating,
and maybe
okay.
I hope I'm not just like making all this up.
No,
you saw it though.
I saw that all thing, but now it's like making more sense. Maybe they call it silver bullet. It's a thing.
Yeah, no, I believe all that. I'm just trying to understand what's happening.
Folks, if you know what the silver bullet is, please drop it in the comments because I have no fucking idea.
But it makes sense. Okay, so if he's passed out, then he probably can't get a good reading in the mouth because he can't close his mouth. Right?
And
so
then it makes sense. Already down.
And they're trying to check probably his core temperature to see if he's overheating or if he's dehydrated.
No,
okay,
that's what I'm thinking. His core right.
Okay,
I think because you won't get a good reading in the mouth or something.
Yeah.
Plus, if he's already like face down on the ground, are you gonna look it up? I was gonna look it up.
I'm just gonna look with the silver
bullet.
Just type in silver bullet because now I'm getting like confused. That's definitely a thing, and that was traumatic. And like they do stuff, I think they do like that.
Rectal thermometer used by the corpsmen to measure the core temperature of the Marines suffering from heat-related illnesses.
I love how they just say Marines, like they don't even say like military members. So we're the only ones who do it. Like we're the only ones who we're gonna stick this thing in his butt to prove a point.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't say all military services use a silver bullet.
I'm trying to find.
So it has to be like an urban legend or something because it doesn't sound legit.
I'm trying to find the actual picture of this.
But you saw this. You saw
it. Yeah, I saw it.
You saw this with your own eyes.
I saw it. Yeah.
Is that it?
It's 100%. Yeah, I didn't want to say the word, but it looked like a dildo. Like it just looked like a giant silver thing that they take out.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I don't. So yeah, that's
funny. So drink your water.
Drink your water.
Everybody should drink their water. I don't know if they're doing that in corporate America.
No.
Dude, if I saw that walking down the hallway, I would fucking quit.
You drink more water.
Yeah.
You can't call someone a freak, but if you pass out from being dehydrated and overheating, you're getting pronged in the butt.
Take his suit pants off, ass up, come on.
Take his pants off.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of them, but there's ones. There's a couple things that happen. I'm sure there people have stories, man. They go off forever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they get
stories
a bunch.
never stop. I was telling a couple of stories I heard 2 weeks ago, last week.
Yeah, that's crazy. You went out to Pendleton.
Yeah, man, it was cool. It was fun. Do they have any canines there, or is it just at the gates?
They still do, but it's just our group is gone. So it's part of history now. That because they built us up for the war in Afghanistan, but as we all know, that ended, and now there's no real need for 60 dogs to get ready to go to the desert. So they got rid of that unit. The kennels are still there, but it looks literally like the end of the world. Like the weeds are growing a little bit. I mean, they still have the.
Where was this at?
Camp Pendleton on the inside.
That you were
I'm at Camp Pendleton. Yeah.
Oh,
the actual
I wish I texted
unit.
you.
I know, and if you went to the old kennels, there's.
I didn't think it was Pendleton. Fuck.
Yeah, man. That's
I regret that. Hopefully, I can get back there.
Yeah, no, it was at there, and you can see it. It's still there. We went to them. When did I go? It was it might have been right before I saw you because it was 2 years ago when we did a reunion. We all went there, and they did. That unit's gone. They moved it to a different part of base where the dogs are because they still have dogs on base.
Yeah.
We have canine. It's just not this whole unit that just trains and deploys. But yeah, they're still all over the world, and they even just kind of shut down the special program. The threat is gone, and this happens, I guess, a lot in the military where peacetime comes in to dismantle everything, and then. God forbid something happens. Now we have to suit it all back up and tailor it to where we're going. So
the boot camp training for the canine stuff that was at Pendleton.
No.
Oh, okay.
So you're talking about dogs training, where they go. Yeah. So we go down to San Antonio in Texas.
Okay. So that's where you did the
dog school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So,
and then you were your unit itself, the big group that is no longer existing in history. That was Pendleton.
Yes. Yeah. That was Camp Pendleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do military police school is at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, and then you go south to San Antonio, and that's where they teach us how to handle dogs with the basic stuff, and then that's where the dogs actually get trained too. So the doggy boot camp is at San Antonio.
So doggy boot camp, handler boot camps there. Then you guys come together, start working together.
Yeah,
and then that's where you get paired up. You get your wingman.
Yeah. So then they send you out. So I was lucky enough to get Pendleton. I was going there, and then again there was nobody there, and then the dogs started coming in, and that's where they pair you up with the dogs, either personality or size or something, and and then when you're there, you get paired up, and you usually work with the same dog the whole time you're in until you leave or the dog retires or however we're on. But they usually work 4, 5, 6, 7 years because they come in at 2 or 3, sometimes younger or older, and then they'll work till usually 8, 9, 10, 11. We had one dog who was 12. And he was working. Yeah. He was going, not doing crazy stuff, but he was still working the road. And then
probably do a lot more bomb sniffing kind of thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't do as much. He would still do bite work. He'd be like, you know, and
bite. That's for fun, not for.
And then one day he would just pull him out, and then he would just lay down. He's like, I'm done. He just retire. But yeah, it was pretty good.
That's awesome. If I get back there, I gotta text you, find out where the kennels are.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It should still be there. I don't think they're getting rid of it, but it looks like something out of a movie.
I'm sure.
I don't know. Did we talk about me being on that show? That was fun.
Which show?
The National Geographic. I want to know if I mentioned
you may have touched on it.
I don't remember this.
Fuck. I feel like I would have remembered you saying that.
Being on National Geographic.
Yes.
Yeah. I was on Nat Geo too.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Stop it. What's
this show? Do you know?
If he says the same
Grant
show,
Cardone. No, they had one season. You know Grant Cardone?
Yeah, I know.
The fucking
10X.
Yeah. The fucking con artist, real estate agent guy. He had a show called Turnaround King.
What? Turnaround King?
Yeah, it had one season. It flopped. I was on episode 2.
Really?
Yeah.
How was
it? It was a gym, Gold's Gym in Whippany. I went in to sign up for it, and they were filming.
Sign up for the show or the gym?
For the gym membership, and they were filming because the Turnaround King, it was like taking a failing business and building it back up.
No.
Yeah, the guy lied about everything on that show.
Grant.
Yeah.
So, but did you know they were filming?
No.
So they were blindsiding people. You walked in.
They were filming when I walked in, and then when I walked in to sign up, they're like, "Do you want to be on the show?" I'm like, "Sure,
absolutely, yeah."
Yeah.
This is amazing. So,
I didn't even know who he was at the time, too. That's the funny part. Yeah.
How long ago was this? Because he's been around a while.
15 years ago.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, so he wasn't that big 15 years ago.
No, he was just getting bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably was still
just
his business was probably successful, but he wasn't famous yet.
2010,
right, yeah.
2012,
so
around that time.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So what show were you on?
So it was a National Geographic show called Life After People. And
Okay.
it was basically they did a series, and it was what happens when the world ends? Like, what happens to things?
You definitely have not told us this
Really?
story. And if you did, I forgot it. And I would love to.
I don't think I did. That's why I don't remember. I don't think I did. But they did. So they came to Pendleton. So it was a day, normal day, we're training. And they had the film crew there. The whole idea was they wanted to get a segment on military working dogs. What would happen if the world ended? What would happen with them? They would just be like, who handles them? What do they do? They're locked in a cage, Plus, they're like survivors. Like, they would obviously make it. And it was like, they would do like a whole thing. Like, ours was Life After People. Crypts of Civilization was like the actual episode. And I forget what it was. It's on IMDb. But yeah, so anyway, they did the whole thing. And we were at a training site, and they had it set up where 2 kids were going to talk, and the one corporal, man, he's so funny. He's just like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not talking in front of camera. He's like, Brenner, you go do it. So he made me go down there and do the episode, and I was getting interviewed, and they would ask you stupid questions. And of course, like all TV and everything, they would ask you like, we filmed for like 30 minutes, but then I was only on TV for like, I don't know, like 45 seconds. Yeah. They take bits and sound bites. So now I made a complete fool of myself. Of course. Like, absolutely. You know me. I'm just like, they took, and especially the parts they take, and then if you read the IMDb, it's like this Corporal Brenner, like eccentric handler, like elaborates like weirdly. It was really weird, because I talked about how like a dog. I was like, oh, the dog wouldn't just like, our dogs are smart. They're not just going to go to a wall and go, woo, woo. Like, they're going to jump over the wall, and like, they're not idiots. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we had a dog like kill a rattlesnake once. Like, it was like these little stories. And then like ultimately in the show, there's like, no, the dogs would die off in like 2 weeks. Like, they wouldn't survive, so, but it was really kind of cool how they popped it in there.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Cool.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It was funny. Yeah, my buddy just recently, like 2 years ago, was watching TV and it popped up. He's like, get out of here, and he sent it to me.
That's
like,
fucking sick.
Yeah, so that was my
the Crypts of what?
Crypts of Civilization.
It's
called Life After People.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's my claim to fame, man. It's
there you go.
Business.
Yeah, the eccentric dog handler.
Eccentric dog handler.
That's
just a goofball.
Yeah, okay. I guess that works. It's funny. Back to the conversation we were talking about with the book editors, embellishing and changing things. That's what they did there.
They do.
That's
do it
exactly
all the time.
what it was.
They do it all the time. And I always joke, or I was like, kind of, I'm hoping, but I hope so. I mean, it would be awesome if they could make a movie or a series. Netflix series are big, anything on streaming. But it would be awesome if they could.
Well, you got the Netflix studio now in Jersey, South Jersey.
I know. Right there down the street. Yeah. We got a studio.
Go knock every day. Hey.
I guess you can door knock. I mean, I don't know if you could. But yeah, I would love if that happened. But then you start thinking like, oh, they better not screw something up. They're going to mess something up, and... make me look like such a baby, especially the way the book's written, but I don't know, it's scary, but it would be cool. But that one day, we'll see.
Maybe you start studying film in college and produce it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you guys know, you don't need to produce. I mean, you don't need to study that stuff. You can probably figure it out.
You just figure it out like on your own. Yeah.
You just need the capital for it.
Yeah, literally, that's it.
Yeah, you just need to be able to buy certain things.
We'll get Grant Cardone to sell some training books for us to raise some money.
I think after calling him a con artist, I don't think he's going to want to.
He's going to prove me wrong.
Yeah. Why should I hire you?
You need to come take my class. That's what you need to do.
Dude, you need to 10x your life, man.
Dude, you fucking have spot on. They're so subtly good. A spot on fucking impersonation.
I don't know. I try to.
He's a very hard guy to imitate. Like, do the impersonation, and you're pretty good.
All you have to do is say 10x.
10x, but it's that little accent. You have that subtle twang. 10x.
10x.
If you only have one phone, you need to 10x this phone. I need you to come in my office and 10x it. And I don't mean twice. I mean 10 times. I was trying. I don't know why, but like Trump is hard to do,
Trump is hard to do.
And you got like, I was like, oh, maybe what are we gonna talk about? We might get into politics. Like, maybe I can throw a Trump, impersonation.
Give
in
us
there.
one right now.
You can't.
I
looked like somebody who had Tourette's on the way here, dude. I was like, I'm like trying so hard, like on the highway. I'm like talking to myself.
Unless you're Shane Gillis, man, it's hard to
pull.
Yeah.
He killed it. Dude.
He does.
I saw that stand-up special when he did that.
Yep.
I think he's one of
the best. I can do it, but you got to get the hand.
The hands thing is the best.
Is the best.
The biggest.
No, when he was talking about the assassination, when he tells that story, remember?
When did this come out? I don't know if
But I just remember the stand-up where he came out and he pretended to be Trump, talking about the assassination of like the SEALs coming in and like killing somebody or something. And he was talking about how Trump.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, he died like a dog.
Like a dog.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful. He's tough. Yeah, Trump's tough to do. So I wouldn't even want. Plus, he's the president. I don't want to disrespect commander in chief like that.
Yeah.
I can do an impression of Joe Biden pretty good. Yeah.
Should you stick in hemp?
Yeah.
Huh?
I knew where you were going with it.
Right?
I knew
he's
exactly
like, he's either
where you
going to
were going
stare at me or just fall asleep. Yeah.
I love it. That's fucking awesome.
Sleepy Joe.
that was good.
Sleepy Joe Biden.
Who's your favorite? Who do you typically just impersonate? I
can't. I don't like. See, this is the problem, and I don't like to. You never get put on the spot, too. By the way, and anyone who does this stuff, they have that family member who like can do it, and they just every day, you know what I mean? Just like, do this, do that. Like I hate because when you get put on the spot, there's too much pressure, and then you're gonna.
It's not as authentic either.
And it's not as authentic. You got to do it in conversation. So it's always just more natural, and it's not that I don't think I'm good at it. I think it's just good at I don't know, like just emulating them more, if that's a better word, right? Not impersonating, because then like some people are really good with getting like the voice tone down.
Like Shane Gillis with Trump, he's impersonating him. He can get the wig on and everything.
Right. He can, and there's certain things, but like my buddy in the book, he's from Alabama. I always do his voice a lot, you know, because he's got that real like southern, you know, Alabama twang, and you know, it's like, hey boys, we're gonna go out on a mission real quick. And we're gonna get it done. We're gonna whoop it on.
That's fucking awesome.
Roll Tide. And then he's really like swangy like that. And then there's other. And it's funny. We used to do so in the Marine Corps. I don't know if any other services do it, but we have this mess night thing, right, where we all get together as a big group, and we all like they do the cigar thing. There's a bunch of tradition involved, where like all the guys get together in the field, and they have this portion for some reason where I guess this tradition where like you roast everybody. So it's like a whole roast.
Like that. Oh, that's awesome.
It's cool, right? So like they would have guys come up, and then you can make fun of like your staff sergeants and your captains and not get in trouble for it, because it's like we all just roast each other. So you can imagine who was the one that was always like, Brenner, get up there and do staff sergeant so-and-so, you know? And I always had to do like 2 or 3 people, and you know, you get put on the spot, but I don't know. I just like, it just comes naturally. You can't make someone do it on the spot.
No. It's got it comes out.
Do you find like throughout the day, do you like have like a go-to person that you always just throw in there for throwing comedic humor?
Oh, you mean like if I'm talking to someone at the bank or something?
Just like day-to-day life. Like, does your wife have one that's just like, dude, you keep doing this. Can you please stop?
Oh, no, it's not that bad.
Okay.
No. It would only come up in conversations like this or stories, or if it's relevant, like if we talk about...
Okay.
Yeah, like you brought up Grant. I'm not going to be like, well, let me throw out my Grant. I've seen his stuff because I wanted to learn his stuff, man. Yeah. You know? You got to get in it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, that dude's on a lot of testosterone now.
Stop sitting around. I used to watch his video.
He looks fucking yoked now.
I thought you meant his head just keeps getting bigger.
Well, that too, but he looks like he's on a lot of test.
Oh, he is testing? Yeah.
I don't know, but it looks like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I forget who else. I don't know. There's like the other people. And then you don't touch people who people do all the time, like the real famous ones, because then you compare them too much. You know, like Walkins or like McConaughey's or stuff like that.
Walkins is a great one.
Walkins is fun. Tough, yeah. I say you don't want to touch it because then you've heard it so many times done. So like you compare it too much. So sometimes it's fun just to do different voices. Like I'll throw in just accents because, you know. So I like doing it.
You're a comedian. We learned this when you were...
And that's why everybody says like
snowballs.
Yeah, well, that was just immature.
Hey, it was just a snowball effect.
That was super immature. Someone could have gotten hurt. Someone did get hurt.
Yeah, someone got
almost lost not.
Yeah, but that comedic relief with the principal
with the snowball effect.
Yeah,
snowball.
Dude, you're doing it from a kid, man.
Yeah, I mean that's you just gotta grow up sometimes, and But I mean the voice thing is interesting because like everyone, and I have to do it. I don't want to figure it out, but the audiobook thing is the next tackle, right?
Yeah.
So I have to adapt it, and I've listened to a lot of audiobooks from like these bigger, you know, bestsellers, and they have people reading it, like the narrators and stuff, and like it's put you to sleep, or like it just doesn't hit as much, you know. So a lot of people say I should do it, and
yeah, absolutely.
And I know I should. It's just I tried it once. I spent a day where I was like, I'm gonna do the first chapter, and I can't stand hearing myself talk. Yeah. You know, I just really can't. And it's like just editing it and then doing it. So it's gonna be
You don't have to do it yourself. You should.
You don't have to. I know. You can hire people.
If you need to find that person though. You know, like it's not like you hire someone and they pick someone. Like you need to find the person that like, because it's portraying your voice, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like finding like maybe someone that you have in the military that knows your story really well, that you're close with. Like, all right, they'll do a good job. Because like you're reading your own words. We already talked about not wanting to read the book, you know, and then you have to read it out loud. So you're gonna have to listen back to your own stuff.
That's the
on
problem,
the book.
the
So there's
editing.
like 4 different levels of like not wanting to hear this.
That's what I'm trying to
know?
say. Yeah, so it's like a daunting thing. And then I don't know how I'd get through that, but if someone told me it's like just try to do it in bits, like pieces, and then over time, and like I just did like not too long ago, I tried to release like a bit online, just a reel, just to like, you know, put out content, because I don't have much content either. I'm still trying to focus on that. And I did it, and it just sounds weird, you know. Just it's like it sounds like you're reading, but like, should you sound like a narrator, you know, like these other audiobooks, or should you sound like natural, like we're talking today? Like it's a tough fine line, you know.
Yeah.
And plus with the voices, like there's other people who talk, right? So like I could. Everyone's like, you got to do it, you know, because I can sound like my staff sergeant.
Yeah,
I worked
for
with
sure.
I worked with the Brits, so like we can do the British stuff. So like, there's different things now. Like the biggest hurdle is like, you know, the portion about Megan's chapter.
Yeah,
too.
so you're gonna get her there.
No, but I figured at the very least we can have like an actress do that one or something.
Yeah,
you know, because I can't read it. Like, there's no way. So we'll have to get to that bridge when we get to it. But I know, it's gonna be a process.
Yeah, I'm sure. So. We finished the last episode, which comes out after this one, talking about just going and having fun with shit. Like we were talking about like kind of like we were getting like lethargic, I'll call it, with jiu-jitsu. We're going back to it, but it's like he was talking this week. He was going just having fun. It's like have fun with that process,
right?
Like so, like I can't imagine writing a book, then having to reread it, and now reading it out loud to be recorded to be listened by everyone. It's like that's not going to be fun to me, but like just go and have fun with it.
Well, that's what kind of, I guess, though,
as much as you can.
Try to chop it up. Like, don't just sit there and read like 1 to 12. You know what I mean? Like, just go read a chapter and then edit it one day. Like, play with it more, have fun with it. Like, sculpt it like it's a sculpture instead of just like, you know, a homework assignment. So I think, like you said, that's the best way to do it, is just try to have fun with it. Just I'll do 4 sentences today, and then like they're good, and then use them for something, and then just put it all together.
You could jump around there too with that. Like I'm really feeling this chapter of the book today.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Could be all over the place.
And then someone mentioned to you, like, maybe the idea of like turning it into a podcast series, like, you know,
Bucket.
Yeah.
Why not?
Don't even have to worry about saying this is an audio book.
I think David Goggins did that on his. He had, I think, someone else read it, and then he podcasted.
Oh,
in
he
between
did the
chapters.
commentary like after the chapters. Yeah.
Which is really cool too.
Yeah,
because like I don't think he read it. I think it was someone else, which is cool because then it's like, okay, he's not reading it, but he's talking about the chapter after, which is still
so
cool.
there's like some creative ways to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can do that regardless. And like you can have
even
read
like a
book
side
and,
piece. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. So that's like kind of a side project we'll do at some point, but
yeah, that's the have fun with it. You know, there's no rules or reason, and you know, that's I like that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, that should be a good deal. So we'll see.
Are we good with time?
Yeah. No,
all right. Just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, no, I just
No, I'm saying okay. I just want to make sure you respect
No, I have
the
nothing
time.
big today, man. Like the only thing I'm not trying to sound like selfish or anything, but the only thing I wanted to do is get the leaves out of my gutter. I'm like, dude, it's supposed to rain tonight. And I'm like, because I put it off forever, man. Because I hate, first off, you don't be this jerk who's like blowing leaves the second they fall, right? Because then you're always out there, you know what I mean? So, and I have a lot of trees around my house, so like they would just fall like crazy. And then I did one day, I just blew the driveway off. I wake up and it's like all over again. Yeah, no, I have that depressing. I got homework to do. We got semester ending, so which is good. Again, I've been very blessed with.
Don't curse at me. I hate homework. I hate school. I have the opportunity to go get my master's for free.
That's what I'm saying. Are you going back?
Fuck that.
No,
I'm not doing that.
No.
So like in the engineering world where I work, it like I'm sure you know, like in the military, right? It's the same thing. All these degrees help you get promotion, but it's not needed for the promotion, right? So like
it's a competitive.
Yeah, it just it sets you apart, but it's whatever. It's not needed in my current career path. But if I left and go more and try to pursue more higher lucrative stuff, it would help. But I don't care. I'm not doing that. I hate the schooling. I hate the fucking schooling. There's so much extra fluff in that.
Yeah.
Like you want to get a degree in business, and like, do you have to take an art class and like you're
talking about the extra stuff.
There's all this extra crap, and like I want to learn this stuff, and there's some stuff I need to learn before I get to like that final thing. Cool, but like I don't need all this stuff. You know.
Well, that was a lot like what Charlie's message and Turning Point were pushing was that whole like college is a scam. You know, he had those debates all over campuses and saying like this is a scam, and then people were like, "Well, why do you think that? You know, you don't think it's important?" He's like, "There's core classes that are important, and you should be able to pick and choose, but to have like an institution tell you need to take all of these classes, especially when they start to get ideological and they start changing shit. You know what I mean? Like that's a problem." Dude, we had a discussion. So I mean, we won't say things, but in school we're doing ethical management in my class, very relevant to what my degree is. But a portion of it was we were talking about this diagram, and there was like personalities and like how it makes you make a decision and influential factors, and like the middle was like permanent, right? So things like age and sex, location where you're born, like certain things are permanent, you can't change, unchangeables. And then there were other things like external factors, and then there was things like social, right? And in the middle there was gender and sexual orientation. And then I had to make a comment being like, well, personally I don't know if like sexual orientation should go in permanent. I don't know, for me I think that's somewhat an external factor as far as like what you're into and you know who you want to make out with and stuff. Like it's kind of influenced from your external factors, how you're raised, and then also like more socially too, like you know who you're hanging out with. Then he goes, "Oh, okay, that's a good point, but what do you guys think about gender being in the permanent?" And I was like, "Oh, don't go here, bro." Like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to get into an argument, but he goes, "I think you know gender's being more fluid now," and he opened a can of worms in class. So I just said, well, I'm going to have to just disagree with you. I just think gender is something that you're born with. It's black and white. And, you know, I don't think that should be in the permanent thing.
I agree with you.
You think that should be in the permanent?
No. He's saying...
The teacher said it should be moved to more fluid. Like, he doesn't think it should be permanent. And I said, well, sir, I think it's black and white. You're man or female. Like, that's pretty permanent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That is.
So his argument, and that's what the argument is all over the world. It's like, it's not permanent. It's something you can change. So anyway, we had an advisor meeting. Like, I had to just go meet with him. We're talking about like my future and stuff. And then he brought me in, and then very respectfully, you know, asked me what I'm doing in my life. And then he goes, well, I want to touch base on what you said. I really don't know if I like, you know, your viewpoint on life, and maybe it's your military experience that made you this way and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I don't want to.
You don't like my viewpoint?
I don't want to get into this. I don't know. I just like I can't get into this right now,
brother. First of all, it's none of your. And I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. It's none of your fucking business. This is my opinion. You have an opinion.
Yeah.
Like, what
right?
the
and that
fuck?
But that could be partially. And here's the thing. And he may most likely never listen to this, but he's a very good guy, right? Yeah. Like he's genuinely good. He's good at his job, and I think he did come from a place of concern. Like he likes me as a person, a student, and he has respect for me. But I think he was more like concerned, like that I had a closed off way of thinking. It was more of like he was trying to help me. But then you have the other side of it, like you were saying, where some teachers just they try to influence, that they're pushing this agenda. Yeah. So like, and that could be a part of it too, right? It could be like socially accepted in the institution, like we need to push this and that. I'm like,
well, here's the thing. I know I said it was like your opinion versus his opinion, but it's like what you said, and I agree with it. It's a biological fact,
right?
It's one or the other,
right?
That's it.
Your opinion on what you feel changes, fine, but whatever. That's a different conversation. What drives me nuts on that is, okay, like I appreciate that, like he felt comfortable and seemed like he had a respectful conversation with you, but it drives me nuts is people have these conversations that their opinion is the fact and only the fact. Is like, and you didn't come in there saying that my opinion is fact. You said this is my belief on it, and I just respectfully disagree. Mm-hmm. You're not saying I'm right. You're wrong, and you should feel bad that you're wrong. Like that's the difference that drives me nuts in these conversations. I don't care what side or what opinion you have. This is my opinion on it.
Yeah, and like you said, that my thing is when they get like, and I felt so bad for him because then he was saying, you know, you should really be open to this stuff. He's like, do you know that like my daughter actually knows 3 people who are non-binary, you know? And he's like, I don't even know what that is, you know, but we have to accept it. I'm like, well, first off, you don't know what it is, but you're accepting it. You know what I mean? Like that's an issue in itself. Mm-hmm. Secondly, how old is your daughter? He's like 16. And I felt like sick. I'm like, that's so difficult, right? Yeah. Like you're that young, like you can't make these changes or not even like, they're not even saying they're transitioning, they're doing surgeries and stuff. It's just the fact that they're saying non-binary, which apparently, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but it's like you can choose one or the other, right? Like I'm not one or the other.
Non-binary is just like it's like other. It's just there's no distinction.
You're not. Yeah, you're either or, right? And I think that's more geared towards.
It's not even either or. It's like you may not be either one. You don't feel like male or female,
right? And to me, that just all that is. And what I told him is, and this is what set him off. I'm like, to me, this type of issue is more of a mental health issue. This to me is more of a gun thing. It's like it relates to the gun issue, right? Like guns isn't the problem, mental health is the problem. And I think this is the exact same problem. These people have mental health issues. He's like, what? And then he jumped out of his chair. He was like, whoa, we can't say. I mean, I wouldn't say they're disabled or something. I'm like, I'm not saying
you said disabled. I said mental health.
I just said it's a mental health issue. They obviously, I'm sure they come from broken homes. I'm sure they don't have a strong faith. I'm sure that they're confused. You know, why else would you make that decision? You're just confused. You know what I mean? Like you just don't want to accept responsibility.
No, 100%.
Even if it's not like any of those contributing factors, it's 100% a mental health, and this isn't an insult towards anyone that's going through that. If you're born one way and you think you're not, you don't feel like you're that gender, that's like you have something that you're fighting against.
There's a reason for
like you're not in sync with the rest of your body,
and that's what I try to.
So this isn't an insult. It's saying that like it's like if like you're dyslexic, it's a mental disability, or it's a whatever we're talking about. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but that's something you're not in sync with your body, and you're not bad. It's not derogatory. It's just something that's not perfect.
Yeah, and two things like you said, he put the words in your mouth of saying disabled. You didn't say disabled. And two, the one thing I love how he said it. He goes, "We can't say that." No, we can, and I just did. And you don't have to agree with me, but I just did, and I'm not going to be told that I can't say something that's not damaging to someone else.
Right.
This is what is a biological fact. This is what I think. I believe it is a mental health error. That's my opinion, and I can say that.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, and like you said, it's like and then the words are, the way they come at you is like, well, we should accept the way they are, and this. I'm like, look, if I'm coming in here and telling you I don't feel good, I'm having a bad day, I'm really insecure today, I don't feel comfortable being who I am. Can I go in the girls' room today? Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, but like, why? It's the exact same thing. Like, there's no just because example. I look the way I am and I'm a Marine and I acted this way for 6 months, but today I wake up totally different. What's the difference if I kept it inside for 6 months, didn't tell you, and then all of a sudden I want to do it, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't realize it was an issue. But when you have that drastic upfront change, it sounds a little bit crazier. Like that example sound crazy. But if you have a 14-year-old who's struggling with their comfortability in their own skin and their confidence,
which is what happens in the teenage years.
That's what's going on. And then they go, well, you're telling me that if I don't look good in this dress, I can just wear jeans and a hoodie and then act a certain way, and then I can get the respect I deserve because that's how guys are, or vice versa. Like if I'm not getting the respect I am as a man because I feel a certain way, I can just look this way and be accepted. It's all about being accepted a certain way, and that's all he says, is we should just allow them to feel accepted. And I'm like, that's all good and well, and there's no issue with that. But when you put it out there saying that this is the way we should handle it, right?
Yeah.
Like if I go, hey, I'm having arterial bleed, can I have another Band-Aid to make me feel better? Like, yeah, sure. I told him it's the same thing with, the guns and the medication issue. It's a Band-Aid. It's just like a temporary fix to a longer problem,
I like what you said there too. It made me think, right? Especially with promoting this and they're trying to find the acceptance and feeling comfortable in their skin, and that's the teenage angst. It's everyone goes through that at that age. You're coming to age, your body's going through a whole bunch of puberty changes, your hormones are all over the fucking place, your body's going through all these growth spurts and hair is coming up everywhere. It's like, what the fuck? So you're trying to find the place that you're feeling comfortable with. And going back to where you were saying at the beginning of the podcast, talking about like promoting the book and like you're going to the alcohol, you're trying to feel comfortable in your body.
Yep.
And then this is like, I think the key thing that I took away from what you're saying is like, they're finding the cheap, easy dopamine, which is if I switch to non-binaries, now everyone's just accepting of me and there's no judgment on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cheap button, like the easy button. Like, oh, I hit this button, I change my gender, and now, it's the easy solution. And that's not to take away anyone if they truly feel this way, but if they're feeling very uncomfortable in their body, that's the easy way to feel more accepted from other people, which may help them feel more accepting of themselves, or may not. Who knows? But like that's like it's like the easy way to get that quick, easy dopamine hit.
Yeah. I talk about it a lot with like my rehab and stuff. With like, and I always say rehab, like I said, I went away somewhere. But no, it's like rehab, like therapy, all that. Like, but like when I was getting better to get hurt, like I was on garbage bags full of medication. Like I was on everything, right? And that was a cheat code because it would help you get to that point where like I was in a lot of pain learning to walk again. but like I was able to get through it a little bit through medication. But that's like a cheat code, because then like when you come off of it all, you put in all this work mentally, but you didn't recognize it because it was like blunting all that, right? So like if I was going through something mentally and I'm like, oh well, I just don't feel like doing all the hard work, let me just take this easy way out, because you get that respect, you get that attention, you get all these things. So you're feeding yourself in the wrong way, right? Going back to that support that's not actually good. And that's the problem, is like we don't realize some of this stuff is a cheat, you know? And that's a whole, then when he started talking about that, dude, I lost it. I was like, look, I thought we were just talking about my future here. Then I brought up a great point. You know, this whole conversation was supposed to be about, what do you want to do with your life? What are you studying? And I go, look, I'm like 15 years older than most of your students in your class. I just changed my major a week ago. I still don't know what I want to do with my life, and I've had a lot of life experience. I can't make my mind up. What makes you think these 15, 16-year-olds can, you know, make these life decisions at that point? Like, this is the whole point of this conversation.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can't make it okay. Like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. Well, because when they're my age, they're gonna look back going, holy shit.
Well, this is okay is a blanket term, right? What is okay? It's okay to not know. Yeah. It's okay to feel uncomfortable with the body. It's okay if you truly don't feel like you or your gender. Okay, fine, whatever. But if your whole life is based on focusing on just that, you're focusing on nothing else, you're missing out on a whole bunch of shit. So what is okay? Okay is that you're a human being. We make mistakes, and it's okay. What's not okay is if you only focusing on your mistakes, or not doing this, or not feeling comfortable, all that, or trying to find the cheat codes, the easy way out, and all this. Go and pursue the things that you want to go and enjoy life. That's okay. Just like it's okay if they're that way. Yeah, cool. But why are we focusing on only that, and like move forward with pursuing the things that makes you feel better?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's funny you kept saying the word okay, because what I like to say now is like when we would always say like it's okay not to be okay, right? That whole statement. I don't even know if I like that too. I mean, I do and I don't, because like there's got to be a follow up, right? Like it's okay not to be okay, but like where's the but?
Yeah,
like, where's the forward?
Like, so like I think what people are trying to say, it's okay not to be okay, is okay if you're going through something, don't think that you are there's something wrong with you. If you're going through like a hard time in your life, it is okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. But here's the but. Now what are you going to do about it? How are you going to come back? How are you going to change the mindset? How are you going to overcome this?
Right.
That's where I think if that's saying it's okay to be okay, but what are we going to do?
Yeah, because like you say, it's just the first step with it, right? It's the first step is acknowledging it, or being like they say it's okay not to be okay. Like, and then that's cool, and then take that breath, being like, okay, good, it's okay. Everyone's going through the same thing. Oh, I'm so happy you shared that, because I know that I'm okay not to be okay, all that stuff. But then it's like, now what do I do? Because you can get stuck there. Like, you can get like, that's where I struggled a lot with like like I said, I bought into the whole wounded warrior thing. I bought into like sitting at home and like living off the government, and then like being hurt, right? Like there'll be times, I'm no joke, would like walk with a limp so people would just like know that I was hurt, right? Because mentally it just made me feel better. Otherwise, why did I park in the handicap parking spot? You know what I mean? Like, you do like people are like, look at this dude, he looks fit. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't see. You know what I mean? And not all disabilities are visible too. That's a whole other thing, right?
That's a whole other thing.
But like sometimes I'll be like, I look like a jerk, man. I'm just going in there getting some sheetrock, but I should walk with a limp, you know? It's like,
yeah, but still, I mean, like,
but it messes with your head. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like, so I'm like, and then people would talk to me and being like, oh, it's okay not to be okay. Like, I'm so happy you're doing good, but like, it's okay if you're not. Like, you get stuck in this rut of like, you buy into that whole concept.
It's almost like you're
you're
accepting.
What I mean. That's what we were talking about before. Is like this like support system. Like, you have to be surround yourself with the right people, because it could be almost enabling, and they're not doing it to hurt you. Like most of the enabling stuff, I brought up the extreme example. If you have a parent who's a kid who's a drug addict, that's very tough, because you don't want to do anything but help them, and you don't know where that comes from. And that's why it may not be, and it doesn't have to be you, you know? That's why I said sometimes you can't even do it yourself. You need help. And it might not be from the people who have been around you the longest, because they don't really know what you're going through. You need extra help, right? So like reach out. Just know that you're not alone in it too, and there is a way out of it. You just need to have the right support and stuff.
100%. And another thing, like on that topic of people trying to help, right? Most of the time when someone's trying to give you some sort of advice that maybe it wasn't asked for, like unsolicited advice, a lot of times they're trying to help, and it's not coming from malice. It's more so like, I care about you and I want to help you, and based off of my perception of life, this is what I think will help you in this situation, right? But it's like, it's not always the case, right? You don't always have to. It's people want to try to be good, right? It's in our nature, and there's nothing wrong with that. So it's like going back to the whole thing about the binary, like the supervisor or whatever. At that point, he's trying. I guarantee you, deep down, he doesn't believe anything he's saying, but he's trying to be good. He's trying to show that he's good, right? And I can't speak for him, but a lot of these people that maybe don't have anything to do with knowing anyone non-binary or whatever, right? Transgender, they just want to go along with it so they seem like they're good people. But it's that's like, dude, there's no good and bad in this. It's just like fucking, unless you're trying to do it to kids, then you're bad. You're bad. But there's just like, yo, it's just you have an opinion and the other person has an opinion. Just because you agree with the one side doesn't make you good in nature. You know what I mean? And it goes back to like the advice. People are trying to give advice. Sometimes it's not the right advice. Yeah. It's okay to be okay. Hey, no worries. Oh yeah, I just helped Al there. Al's struggling, but I said it's okay to be okay. It's like, I don't fucking know what you're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And that's what you were saying. The point is, like, I always say and this is life, man, but it's a struggle of good and evil.
Always.
Like, everything is. It's anything. We all pick a point, like, oh, well, the politics should change. What's the policy on this? Like, this is what the world believes, socially acceptable, all these weird terms.
Yeah.
That just makes your belief make sense, right? Like, it's good and evil. It's just, that's all it is. The gun stuff, it's good and evil. It's not because this gun's not safe. It's because the dude who's holding it's going through a bad day, and he's filled himself too much evil, and he's got too much, demons in his head. That's why. You know what I mean? It's not because the policies are bad or because, he couldn't see a doctor in time. There was a lot of steps we missed before that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with this gender thing. It's just these kids, if they're 15 even, they have 15 years of being formed and experienced and loved and nurtured, and there was some things that they missed along the way.
Yeah.
Or
but even that love and nurture too, right? I mean, like I have a bunch of friends with kids now, and everyone I know, great parents, but they all do it in their own different way.
Yeah.
And like one parent does one thing, the other one like doesn't yell at their kid, the other one does. And it's like, okay, cool. And then you won't know until they're 18 years old, how well you did or whatever you may know. No, but so like they could be exact friends. The parent somewhat the same, but they're just slightly different mannerisms growing up. And now that's just a giant split of the nurturing. So that maybe even with siblings too, right? Do you have any siblings?
Yep, 4.
Right. Yeah, you're probably different than all of them. Just like I'm different than my 2 brothers. Like, and you with your siblings, like we're not all the same. So the parenting just within amongst your siblings is going to be drastically different, and that's going to compound moving forward in life. So maybe that one kid just did not get the love, the support he needed, and now the route is getting supported, feeling loved or taken care of, is going non-binary.
Whatever the choices.
And what's nice with the non-binary too is in the cheat code route, we were calling it. There's no decision there. It's just like, I don't feel like I'm the gender that I'm biologically, so I'm just whatever.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Not accepting responsibility.
Yeah, it's not like I think I'm a female. It's just I don't have a gender, so I'm non-binary. And then that one's just like, okay, they're so brave of you, or whatever they're doing, which is fine. But it's like I can see how people use it as a crutch. Cheat code.
That's what I say. Yeah, it's crutches. Like we're talking about the devices, the things that you fall back on. Like you said, the fact that they don't accept responsibility for anything, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with atheists, except everything. But the fact that they just be like, well, I don't need to believe in anything. When I just run my own life. I make my own decisions. Like I decide what is right and wrong. And like you were talking about before, there is no like right and wrong. There's like that's more of an ethical, moral issue. But like there's good and evil in it. Like there's like a good way to live, and you decide that. When you don't believe in higher power and God and all that, you decide what's right and wrong. So like you don't have responsibility for anything. Like that's my belief that I could, just walk out of here and not say goodbye and not care about how your feelings are hurt. You know what I mean? Like that's my life. That's my God. Like I do what I want. I can punch some random person's face and no one cares. So it's like that, not having that responsibility thing. And I think that's dangerous. And that's essentially what I said. I just think it's a dangerous way of thinking. Luckily, the conversation ended with the we agree to disagree thing. So that was at least
good. that's professional on his part.
Crazy.
No. And look, I don't know this guy, but at least that was professional. While I don't agree with his approach, at least he was able to do that last part where, okay, I don't agree with you, but let's agree on that. Because like you said, there are some in the system, there are some other figures,
extremists,
who will just, and it'll try to ruin your academic career or ruin your professional career.
What's it called? Cancel culture. Yeah.
Yeah, cancel culture.
Well, that I brought this up before too, but like the main thing that I take away from all these conversations I see on the real like sensitive topics is people aren't accepting that people have different opinions, and it drives me nuts. And that's the biggest thing when I have conversations with people is I try to be respectful of the fact that we are different people. We come from different places. We have different upbringings. We can come from the same household with like siblings, and we have a different point of view. That's fine. I'm not going to sit there and poo-poo your different point of view. I may strongly disagree with you on some things, and maybe less strongly on others, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it's okay. As long as you and I are treating each other with respect and not being a dick to me when we're having the conversation, cool, man. Even if you are being a dick to me, I'm going to try to still show you the respect and give you the opportunity because maybe you never had a voice growing up or never felt like your opinions were heard, and that's what you're doing now. You're giving that, you're taking advantage of the situation that I'm being respectful. Now you be a dick to me. So now you feel like you're forcing your opinion on maybe because you never got a chance to do it when you were a kid. Okay, cool, man. But like at the end of the day, listen, this is my opinion here. Mm-hmm. What do you hate about it? What did I say that was so fucked up and wrong or mean? Nothing I said about this topic, which is a very sensitive topic, was anything of spite or meanfulness or trying to hurt people. It's just a different opinion.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Honestly, man, that's what this point too. It's like when it is a sensitive topic, and I know that we know people who have completely different beliefs on what we're saying, and that's fine. I'll respect you as a human being if you respect me as a human being. And you want to know what? If you don't want to talk to me anymore because of what I said, so fucking be it.
Yeah. And it's a shame that happens.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So be it.
It's a shame that it happens, and it's a shame that it's so divisive. Like I'm not trying to be divisive about anything. I didn't start it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like, oh, this is the situation. I'm like, I kind of disagree. It's like, well, you can't disagree. Well, like you said, that's the point. It's like and that we can go on it all day long as far as the left and the right, because that's usually where this goes, which is weird because it shouldn't even be a left or right issue, right? Yeah. But it is, and that's why you don't even want to say. But then people like me, like just half the time, I don't even want to open my mouth because it's just gonna start an argument or a confusion, but it's just like, and it's not even like, I mean, it's like, oh, if you want to believe that, that's fine, and I think we should respect each other enough to just say like, it's okay. I'm not getting upset with you about it.
Yeah,
until it gets violent or something, or But
I'm not gonna waste my energy on it, right? Yeah. I'll talk about it,
and I think that's why we do it too. I didn't even want to get involved, right? Because I knew it wasn't gonna end well, and it's not like I need this conversation in my life to like make me feel better. No, because I know what I believe,
but it's a good discourse to have. By not wasting energy on it, I didn't mean not talking about it, like we're doing right now, or like what you do with him. It's more so like I'm not gonna waste my energy on like I should have said this, or no, why didn't they believe me on that, or did I mess up saying it, bro? I said it.
Oh, you mean like people get like real hurt?
Or just going in the argument. Like I'll still have arguments, which are really just discussions. Sometimes I'm getting a lot better at if I'm very comfortable with someone and really know them well. Yes, I will raise my voice. I won't be like "fuck you," but I'll get animated, right? It's just who I am.
It's a Jersey thing.
Yeah. Jersey Italians. Can't help ourselves.
We're the loudest people in the room.
Oh yeah, but I'm doing better. Of like just like I'll have a discussion with you, but like at the end of the day, man, I don't feel like I need to defend my arguments as much. Like I don't care at the end if you think I'm different. Like if you think of me differently, I don't care.
No, I totally get that. No, I think that's all.
Yeah. Well, I think going into these conversations too is, it's very common, and I don't think it's taught on how to actually have a true debate. And I'm not talking about like debate class, but like have the difference of opinion of coming into it with curiosity. Okay, here's my point of view. Why do you believe that? Like I understand like the tagline, but why? Like where does your opinion start to like get a little like, okay, yeah, it's pretty black and white here, but then it starts to get the gray areas, whatever. Like, tell me where, like, your opinion starts to be a little more open-minded, and, like, why are you so hard on that? And, like, are you open to my opinion? Be curious on why I think this way, and not, oh, you think that way? You're wrong. It's like, why do you think that?
And you start to hear stuff like, well, because it is, or because that's what other people say. Or you start to expose why it's like that. You know what I mean? Like, and it could just be simple as like, oh, that's what my mom and dad think. Like, well, why did you vote for this person? Like, I don't know, that's what my dad told me to vote for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he wants to do this, and he wants to do that, and they want to do this. It's like, who? And maybe they do or don't, but it's like, why do you think they want to do that? Well, that's what this ad said. Like, well, that was a smear campaign against him. Why don't you go to his website and see what he's actually saying?
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, like I had this whole conversation with a bunch of people during the Jersey elections. It's like, well, this person's saying this, and I'm like, where does it say that? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me go to
It said it in the smear campaign.
Yeah, but like, and that's the tough part is you can never tell if it's a smear campaign or not. All right, let me go to his website. This is exactly what he's saying on this topic. That's not what you said.
Yeah,
it was like 80% of the same words, but it's a whole different meaning at the end.
How many of them were able to accept that fact, or how many of them were like trying to defend it even after you showed them?
Well, that's the thing is people get stuck. They dig their heels in, and like the way I went about it probably wasn't the most sensitive to that, and like try to pull them in, but it was like, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying, and if that's true, I don't like that, but I don't think that's true. Yeah. All of us should check our own ego on our opinions of politics, of who we think is doing what, because they don't ever do the things they say they're going to do.
Right.
Let alone if it's wrong from what they're actually saying. But go and check and see what they're actually saying. Go to the source and figure out exactly what it is. And sometimes people misspeak on a podcast or on a live interview or whatever. But
something if I said 15 years ago.
Yeah, but they're consistently saying, this is my opinion. This is what I'm trying to do. Then that's it. But it's, you know,
nobody really educates themselves. Like, nobody does that. Like you said, they'll hear the smear campaigns or go with the flow. Yeah. Like they vote one way or the other because that's what they always do. Not even, I'm not going to look it up. Like I do that. Like I'm not gonna, like. We used to go in and be like, who's a Republican, who's a Democrat? Like, I don't care who's doing what. Like, you just vote it. Like, I'm not going to, like, sit down for a week being like, like, who's doing what, you know? I joked, my dad was like, he's all into it. He's like, you know, we have the group chat for, you know, every morning he sends the Bible verse every morning and jazzes us up for the day. And
that's awesome.
Then we'll text back and forth with the family. But that election day, he was like, you better get out there, you know, make sure this and that. Like, we're not letting anybody win. And I finally texted him. I went through the day and I texted him. I was like, yeah, I can't believe we're finally going to have like a female Republican governor. He was like, no response. You know, he's like, just always got to say something, you know.
That comedic humor always coming in.
It's going to be great. I can't believe it. Yeah. You know, he's like, where are you voting for the wrong person? Like, you know?
That's fucking great, dude. I love
that. So I hope we do a good job on this podcast of opening the conversations with things, because we talk about all this stuff a lot, but it's like the goal I try to always is keep it warm and welcoming. Even when we have these strong opinions on stuff, it's like, hey man, like I don't want to come across as like, if you disagree with it, you're a fucking asshole, fuck you, because that's not it at all. I don't want that.
No. I mean, I think we do a good job of on the show, but the one thing I will never ever do is not be myself.
Well, yeah.
And so like there are times where we get like heated, and I'll keep it. I'm hey man, if the episode doesn't get to you and you don't like that, don't watch it, don't listen to it. If you don't agree, don't agree.
Yeah, but like
I think we do a good job though. We keep it pretty good.
No, you guys are pretty good. Like I've heard like just trying to like learn or bounce around. There's other people that just don't care, and that was just great. But no, I love what you guys are doing here, because it's. Like I said, I love the conversational part, right? Like, you don't just come in here and you don't talk for 10 minutes. You talk for 10 minutes. Like, it's very conversational. You're very open to stuff, too. You know what I mean? Like, I think I just have, like, it's in me. Like, I'm so used to when I do talks or like, do this type of stuff. Like, if I say something or an idea comes in my head, I'm like, should I even talk about this? How are they going to take it? Like, where's it going to go? But that's why I hear it. I was like,
always.
It comes into my head, and I'm like, should I say this? And you, like, give me this look. You guys are looking at me, and I'm like, no, I should. And then as we keep going, you're Googling, like, silver dildos and stuff. Yeah. It's like, what? So you never know where it's going to land. You
sort of did that, too. When you said we got into this whole topic that we just spoke about the gender, you, like, sort of side-eyed it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're like, I don't know if we're going to talk about politics, and I was like, dude, we could talk about anything.
And it's not even like a politics thing. And I also, the first thing I'm thinking is always like, because you say it, and I'm like, but what if my professor is such a nice guy? What if he listens to this? And then I'm like, there is no way he listens to you guys.
But even if he did, what did you say that was wrong?
I don't think we repeated everything that happened. Yeah, we didn't bash
the point of what I was saying, like the goal that I try to make sure that the theme of our show is like civil discourse. That's what it is. You were talking from your perspective of what was happening, and you were saying how you disagree with this person. None of that was disrespectful. Now, if you came on here saying this guy's a fucking asshole, he did this, he comes and calls.
Oh, this is Timmy speaking.
This is me saying this is me saying this is what would have been bad. So if you come in hot talking shit about this guy, that's disrespectful, and then that's a different topic, and that's the whole point of what I don't want from us, and I don't think we do that at all.
No, you guys.
No.
No, I think you guys like, and it's interesting. It's so funny that we have this Thanksgiving tradition, but like you guys are doing what you wish all families did at Thanksgiving. Had these conversations. You know what I mean? Like. You can be different and talk. Like, I mean, you can have someone who doesn't agree with you at all. They come in here and you guys will still shoot it with them.
Fuck yeah.
And that's what you're hoping that does. It's like, they'll be listening to this and then they'll go to family Thanksgiving and then you'll probably start a fight or two. But, like, that's good.
Fuck
you know what I mean? That's what you want.
Yo, look, I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, it's, like, for example, my family, we have, like, my immediate family and our cousins, and we love each other. We get along so well, right?
So telling.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, we don't really talk politics, but when we do, there are the two sides with the cousins, for the most part, very, very different political views. We don't hate each other. We still love each other. Yeah. We'll end the political conversation, if we even have it, talk about something else, and it's like didn't happen. Yeah. Like, we don't let it get there, but a lot of people do.
Yeah. And I think that's what people should take away from it is like, hey, look, no matter what, the good news is at least we're talking.
Yeah.
There's some families who don't have, those relatives anymore, and where they don't talk to them and they're still around, and like just take for granted. And I think last time their episode was called like gratitude or something, and like around Thanksgiving.
It was gratitude, and we were talking. It was episode 202. It's with gratitude and
202.
Probably grief.
Oh, 202. No, was it grief? It was
No, it wasn't 202. It was like 50 something.
Wait. Oh, are you talking about? I thought you were like you said. Oh,
ours with yours.
Yes, it was, yes.
No,
152.
not your respite.
No. I thought I heard your last episode.
I did say your last episode.
Love, gratitude, and grief.
But who's on second then?
What's up? Do you know the whole bit? No. Who's on first? What's on second?
All right, last funny story. So I was a young kid. Everyone thinks I'm funny and all that stuff. But anyway, so we do talent shows all the time. And I was with my buddy. We were dressed up in our Little League outfits, and we're doing Who's on First, What's on Second.
Do you know this bit?
You know we're talking.
Oh, my God.
Stop it. I'm leaving.
Are you serious? Cut the show.
Are you serious?
Maybe
Abbott and Costello, they're on. It's black and white. It's old. They're doing the Who's on First. No. I told you, What's on Second. I know what's on second, but who's on first? You never heard that one?
Maybe now that you're saying it, I may have seen a clip of it.
This is like an old school, like black and white TV. I'll send you the clip to watch.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, no, he's on third. That's what it's his goal thing. He says the names of the people are who, what, and I don't know.
Oh, that's actually fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious, bro. You got to watch it. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my god.
It's a whole bit.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They so my wife and I were rewatching Modern Family, and they actually have a whole bit like mimicking, honoring that, whatever word you want. But they go through something
similar type thing.
Yeah. It's cool because people a lot of times reference it, whatever.
Reference it, right. Yeah. Well, when people know it, then it's easy to reference
Memorial,
it.
whatever it is, yeah.
You have to watch it. So,
it's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, we were doing it for talent show. I'm in my Little League outfit. We're on stage, and, my buddy's there. And, my dad was, like, trying to prime me, I guess, to be a public speaker at the age of, like, 7 back then. Nice. Like, he used to, like, always tell me. I had to give a talk in a church once for 8th grade to, like, promote. It was, like, open house. Like, get people to come to Catholic school. And he's like, you have to give a speech with me. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, well, you're not going to write the notes. Like, you're going to go up there and just talk. So I didn't have a speech. So I had to like learn from like there. So same thing.
That's impressive.
You're going to do this talent show. And then like he always primed it into me. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to memorize my lines. I'm not going to mess it up. My buddy had his baseball glove. He's such a smart kid. He became like a doctor, obviously. And he has all of his note cards with all the lines in his baseball glove. And like an idiot, I'm up there like, well, who's on first? And he goes, well, what's on second, Al? And then I'm like, well, I don't. And I skipped to like the last line of the bit. And I went to just like the last one where it's just like, well, he's at home. And then he's just like, you just skipped the entire thing, bro. So you messed it. I messed it up. It was the most embarrassing thing. So like a 5-minute bit went to like 30 seconds. And then the whole crowd knew. They were like, that's not the whole thing. Like he just skipped it up. So look, have confidence. I promote that all day. Have confidence, but like be smart too.
Be smart.
Yeah, be smart.
Yeah.
Bring some
be
notes.
prepared.
Yeah, be prepared.
Well, confidence does not mean prepared. What's the expression? Luck is where preparation meets opportunity.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So like that is what you want. Confidence is like you going into that place knowing that you did the preparation work. The confidence, you had false confidence there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you can't have false confidence.
Is that more arrogance then?
No, well, can an 8-year-old be arrogant? I don't know. I was like, 8.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Someone's listening, be like, "Have you met my kid?"
Yeah.
That's funny.
How about the 5th graders? Are they arrogant?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Destructive.
Yeah.
Criminals. Criminals.
High energy after recess. But, true confidence comes from being prepared and knowing, like, it's not knowing that you, like, I'm picturing jiu-jitsu competition, right? If I go in there confident, I'm going there. I did every bit of preparation I could to come here. I know where I sit in this competition. I know where I should perform. I'm confident in this. Right. I'm not confident that I know the result of it, but I'm confident that I'm prepared to be able to tackle the situation at hand. So, like, with that, you were confident that you knew your lines until you got hit with the reality of the adrenaline rush of, and like, that anxiety, fuck, like, like, I'm sure when you went to combat, it's the same thing. It's like you did all the training. You go there like, oh, this is different. Yeah. Oh, crap. It's like you can't prepare for that, but your buddy knew ahead of time, like, okay, well, I have this as a backup.
Yeah, I just thought he was nerding out. I was like, you're a big nerd with those note cards, and then you look like an idiot, man. Yeah. So, yeah, you live and learn, but I think those like learning experiences you pick up from.
Absolutely.
And luckily that wasn't too traumatic. I mean, that was just, we're done, in and out.
Yeah. Good shit.
It was better. Usually the year before, we did a car wash bit. Like, working at the car wash. All we did was rub a plastic car the whole time. That was easy. Don't do anything with lines.
No, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
Awesome. Well, brother, it was great having you back on the show, man.
I love it.
Honestly.
Repeat episode, man. I love it. I'm so grateful that you guys had the time and came up here.
Hell, it's great. Dude. Yeah. Thank you so much. Really, honestly, means a lot to us.
I'll see you next Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for sure. Surviving with Grief, folks, on Amazon. We will put the link in the show notes so you can see it. Definitely support. Great story, written very well. You feel like you're there. So support Al. What else can they like see you coming up on anything, or I guess where can they, if outside the book, any other podcasts or
that? Yeah, I mean, I got a couple more coming out. There'll be more podcasts we did recently. They're going to be released soon, and so they'll be coming out. I mean, I'm on Instagram, so that's the page. So you'll see them.
Sergeant
Brenner. At Sergeant Brenner,
and we'll put that in the show notes as well.
I appreciate it. Yeah, all that stuff is on there. Oh, is it still? Yeah. So that's all going to be on there. A couple more podcasts. Hopefully get my first real speaking gig next year, so that'd be exciting. So I'm hoping that works out. Yeah. And
let's go, brother.
Yeah, let's see. I'll keep you guys updated on it. But
fuck yeah.
Again, appreciate me coming out to the Oranges again, or
up north.
Up north. Yeah.
That was just a throwback to that.
Yes, I remember that. I fucking remember the Oranges. The Oranges. Love that.
Well, yeah.
I vaguely remember that. I have to go back and
No, I remember. That was good. Good. It came back. Folks, you heard it here. Definitely enjoyed it. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Support Al. Episode 203. We'll see you next week.